Oh, whoops. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, we're in it now. I was just trying to check. This is okay. I need to figure out studio mode. It's shameful. Wait, is Shumi here? Is Shumi here? Did I see a hi Shum? And yet I see no Shum. I'm Shumless. Y'all really got one over on me, huh? Not a Shum to be seen. Not a Shum in sight. Hello, Freddy guy. Hello, Reddy. Hello, everyone. Okay, when I was a small streamer, but a year ago, I used to say hi to every person as they popped into my chat. This is how it would work. Okay, I would never use my starting soon, because I didn't like to, honestly. It was just kind of like, if I'm ready to be live, I'm ready to be live right now. Dude, like, I don't want to wait for it, you know? No, wait! Oh my gosh, wait! Reptile!
What a wonderful year.
I can't believe it's been a year. Oh my gosh. I am honored. That is so exciting. Whoa, wait. Ah, God. Hi, Ellie, going to open sauce
Hello,
this
Ellie.
year. Are
I
you still
hope
bringing
you
the
are
neuro
having
car?
a
Yeah,
wonderful day.
that's the plan. Neutron Coradius, thank you so much for 6 months, and Happy Hayden, thank you so much
Time
for
is
6
a
months. I
myth,
can't believe it's been
actually,
a year. Lordy, how is everybody today? I kind of miss just chatting with you guys.
I hope you all have a great stream.
How do I
I'll
explain
watch
this?
the VOD tomorrow.
So,
Good night to you, bugs.
wow, whoa, oh my gosh. CB, thank you so much. Thank you so
Month
much.
2.
And
Well, here's to many more.
Wold, thank you. Oh my gosh. Everblaine, thank you. Tim C, thank you. You're all way too kind
Wow,
to me.
we a big ole year.
So, while no one is here, let's talk through some important logistical things so that
Minibot
I have to
comfy,
repeat them
minibot
later when
code,
people
bug
are here.
jam.
Oh my god, why is this happening? Arisen, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Nave, thank you so much for
Hi,
6
Ellie.
months. Aaron, thank you so much for the sub. It is so good to see all of you. Game Guy, thank you for the bits.
Thank you for your music, your streams, and your presence in the fate of
Logistics.
this world. Precious
Okay, so
creation
here's the
of
deal.
light.
I am working remotely. I am
9
applying for
months.
grad school.
Minibot love.
I want to be streaming more during this time. I want to be aiming for like 4-ish stream. Whoa! Anonymous gifter! Thank you so much for 10 gifted! And Sashi, thank you so much for the Prime sub! Oh my gosh, Super Slap, thank you for the bits! Welcome RPM! Okay. I'm caught up. I am applying to grad schools with the intention of going this fall to another country to live there. Possibly. Whoa! Lazari Drake, thank you so much for 25! Oh my gosh, Lazari, thank you! What on earth? 25! Oh. So, wow. If I get into grad school in the UK, at one of the 3 schools that I'm applying to, which I will not name because Maple will kill me, then I will move to the UK and go to grad school there, which means, yes, my stream times will be much more EU friendly, and still pretty American friendly. You know, that's kind of the fun thing about like the EU time slot is that it's still pretty America friendly. But I will have to stay up late if I want to collab with my friends. But you know what? I'm down, man. I've done dumber things for friends. Quinn, thank you so much for 10 gifted! Quinn, thank you so much! And Hulok, thank you so much for 15 gifted! Holy! Oh my gosh, Giga Chads! Lazari Drake, thank you so much for 25! Quinn, thank you so much for 10! And Hulok, thank you so much for 15! I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm sorry, Camo. You can't win. You can't win. You're way out the frick out there. You're in the middle of the ocean. I don't know what I can't do nothing about it. I am sorry, I can't. What about my job? Well, you see, in life we must make choices, and I can choose any 2 things, right? I can choose stream and work, I can choose grad school and work, or I can choose grad school and stream. And, it's a really hard decision, because, you know, I've talked about this before, where it's like, I don't want to go full-time as a streamer, even though it's my favorite thing, because work is also my favorite thing. And, you know, then I don't want to quit streaming so I can go to grad school because streaming is also my favorite thing. Hard choices need to be made, right? And, in my case, this is the hard choice that I made. It's, obviously going to be challenging, but the thing that made this job my dream job was, I mean, not just the company, right? I've never been a big one for ambition or clout. I'm actually kind of problematically unambitious. Every time I have one of those meetings with my boss where he's like, where are you trying to get to? Like, what are your goals within this company? It's like, bro, I don't know. Like, I like what I do. I'm not a very ambitious person. I'm not especially competitive. I've always been pretty content with where I'm at. I think that people take a lot of things I say as self-deprecation, but they're not. I don't really have a problem with not being very beautiful. And I don't really have a drive to be the best, to be better constantly. I've just never had that. Thank you, Skyfire! And I actually think that's fine. What? Wait, no, Issa's here? Wait, is Issa here? Girl, hi. Girl, hi. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been a pretty content person. Yeah. No, and I like to make things. I like to make things that interest me. I like to learn more about what interests me, and when I set my mind to something, by God, I get it done. You know? It's not like I got no drive in my life. Hello, Isa! It's good to see you. Hi. The drive that I have, yeah, at least on a constant grind, yeah, but it's not towards any real end. I don't know how I explain it. Does that mean you don't care about make yourself a better person? Do I not care about make myself a better person? Oh no, chat, what if I don't care about make myself a better person? How do I explain it? I do what I like because I like it, right? I never practiced piano. I never particularly practiced guitar or banjo or even singing. I just do it because I like it. Darm, thank you so much for 10 gifted! Darm, thank you! Oh my gosh! GigaChat gifters today! What the frick? My streamer don't care about make myself a better person? And obviously, if a friend brought something to my attention and was like, hey Ellie, and this actually happened fairly recently, like, hey Ellie, this thing that you did hurt my feelings. I would do everything in my power to fix that and change that and make sure that didn't happen again, you know? So, it's not like I'm not driven to do things that cause change. It's just that I'm not really driven by the change itself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I've been learning French, because it's interesting, because I want to, because I feel like it. I want to go to grad school, because I'm curious, because I want to study the things that I love, right? And I want to, you know, I want to do the things that I guess would ultimately make me a better person, not really because I'm like trying to optimize myself. I'm not really a product that I'm going to be able to sell, but because I care about my friends, you know? Do I do a lot of extracurriculars? I mean, I'm not in school, so... Oh, did I do a lot of extracurriculars? Yes, I did a lot of extracurriculars. I did a really scary number of extracurriculars. But, again, I just did stuff I wanted to do, right? And when I wasn't interested in something, I quit it, right? I didn't do Model UN for more than a year because I found out that I was not that kind of annoying debate bro. Not that there's anything wrong with Model UN people. I actually love annoying debate bros. I think they're precious, but I didn't have that in me, man. I couldn't make myself care. I've never been able to make myself care about anything I didn't just kind of inherently care about. And it was the same with streaming. I never had any goals. I never had any metrics I set out to achieve. When people were like, oh my gosh, Ellie, you're gonna hit this number, you're gonna hit this number. I had nothing for it because it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel real. It's crazy. I don't know what to do with that. Rage and Rabbit, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Superbart, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot believe it has been 13 months. Cock Pros, thank you so much for 10 months. That's incredible. Yeah. So I've been streaming because I liked it. I was a small streamer for like 2 years, and I continued because I liked it, not because I thought I would get big someday. It's completely by chance that this has happened, and it's still, it's actually insane. Like, I don't fully understand how or why it happened. But I've kept streaming because I feel like it. So, I don't know. I just kind of do the things I like. What extracurriculars made you feel the most accomplished in regards to your working nature? I don't think accomplished is really something I've ever cared about. Especially not at that age. Like, I don't know. What made me feel accomplished? I don't think I really feel that. I don't think I've ever really felt especially accomplished in my
Quinzen
life.
gifted a tier 1 sub to Robin Valentine 1.
Quinn,
They have
thank
given
you so much!
237 gift subs in the channel.
And Rosen, thank you! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, chess club? Nah. I played chess because I liked playing chess, and also because it was, like, the closest thing I got to kissing a boy. So, you know. It was both of those things together. Yeah, what are these job interview type questions? It's fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, no, so I've always just done what I liked to do because I liked to do it. Yeah, no. Am I comparing myself to my siblings? I try not to. What got me into music? I always was. I have any number of stories that I could tell, and they could all be the story, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you're someone who likes music and you have the opportunity, you'll just probably do it. Yo, QMAP! That's awesome. We have a place in my server for practicing French together. I've been learning for a little while, but I'm much better written than I am spoken because I'm mostly just cheating by knowing a bunch of Spanish. How did I get into music? Let's see. How many subs do you have to give for me to make an album? Well, here's the thing. I rather stubbornly insist on making all of my own music myself. I will sometimes collaborate with people, but they will be credited and they will be there as collaborators, not as people that I hired to make stuff for me, right? And so the problem is that it takes a really, really long time for me to make a song, right? And I mostly do originals, right? Yeah, Jigstraw, he did say that, but notably he is a child and wrong about many things. But yeah, no, oh my gosh. It takes me a long time to make an album's worth of songs, right? I have so many songs written, and God knows I know how to play them, but to actually, like, produce them, make the arrangements, come up with the arrangements, even if I am collaborating with people and having people on to do tracks, right? Then, well, I'm excited to meet you, Dragon Loot. That's fun. You're also a child and wrong about many things. God, me too. How would knowing Spanish help with French? Okay, especially when you're writing things out. Okay, English is a very strange language because it is a Germanic language, but then the French invaded, kind of. I know they weren't really the French yet. Countries, whatever, nations, it was a different thing back then. Anyway, invaded and left English with a ton of French in our vocabulary, which is why when you're learning Romance languages, you often find like a ton of cognates, right, within English. But that does not mean, Zarzar, thank you! That does not mean that English is a Romance language. It is not. At its core, it is a Germanic language. Now, with that said, Spanish and French are both Romance languages. This means that they are ultimately both some janked out Latin. Some Latin that just was like allowed to ferment, you know, and it became like funny Latin pickles. And so they share so much in terms of structure, right? In terms of conjugation, save me, come save me. And also in terms of word roots, right? So you're gonna find even more cognates between Spanish and French than you are between French and English, and you're also gonna find like a ton of similarity in terms of grammatical structure, right? So if you already know approximately how to speak Spanish, right, you're gonna have a much easier time learning French than someone who knows English. And if you know English and you're learning French, knowing Spanish is an enormous buff because it means that, especially when it's written out, yeah, buffalo, 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 buffalo. It's a very simple sentence. I actually find it kind of boring when people bring it up, right? Because the deal with buffalo, 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 buffalo is literally just like buffalo is a place, buffalo is an animal, and buffalo is a verb. You know, many such cases. It's not that interesting. But the point is, how many languages can I speak? I don't know. I can speak pretty bad Mandarin. I can speak pretty bad Spanish. And now at this point, I can speak even worse French. Yeah, mushrooms could mushroom, right? Again, that's a noun, that's a verb. And since there has been this linguistic shift in slang on the internet that allows most nouns to verb, right? You can verb a noun whenever you want now, right? Which means that the whole buffalo, 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 buffalo thing is actually even less interesting because, well, thank you. Can I say something in French? Badly. Je te dis beaucoup. Are you happy? Did you enjoy that? It's really bad. Anyway, ready? No. But yeah, no, languages are constantly evolving. And in this case, the Ellie for president of France? Sure. I would be a really bad head of state for anyone. Also, they don't have one of those, do they? I don't actually know, man. What's my favorite noun to verb? I'm trying to think. They do? Yeah, shows what I know, man. Shows what I know. Classic American. They have a guy, he's in charge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. They call him different things all over the world, but Ellieing it? Yeah, we are VTubering. Oh, that's true. I use VTubering a lot. France has a president. Ugh. Oh, it's still Macron? Honestly, I thought you guys undid that. I thought you guys undid that. I just kind of assumed at this point that was no longer the case. You have a favorite noun to adjective, bubble. Yeah, that is a good noun to adjective. But yeah, no, you can verb nouns now, and you can also, I guess, to adjective a noun is a verb, right? And that's kind of fun. To adjective a noun is a verb. Yes. So anyway, we keep them because the alternative is yikes. Yeah, good. I don't know. Ain't that just the way? Yeah, so anyway, it could be a monarchy again. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I used to read a lot of fiction about like monarchy and intrigue within court and all. And I gotta say that like it was way cooler before, when it was less real. Like it turns out that it's not as cool. It's not as cool. Like, I don't know why I thought oligarchs would be, like, cool and kind of hot. But it turns out that they're not. They're just, like, weird uncles trying to look like they're 20. And I don't know. I'm not as into it as I thought I would be. So, monarchies don't work great in practice. I mean, nothing does. But also, like, yeah, some things work worse, and I imagine. Romance novels lied to me. Yeah, and I do deserve my money back. If you study in England, maybe you'll meet a cute prince. I don't want a cute prince, man. I don't want a cute prince. I want a French boy who will feed me cheese. We all want what we want. The heart wants what it wants. I don't know what to do with that. Ellie for hive mind queen. We're already a hive mind. Humans are a hive mind. It's, I don't know, the internet hive mind. I don't have the fortitude to make this point right now, man. What if it was a French prince? I'm good. Cause like the thing about a really big house, humans are eusocial. I would agree, but I am also not prepared to defend this point against the debate bros that will come for me. I don't want like a big house, because then there's room for ghosts. You know, I don't want to live in like a big house full of ghosts. That's how I feel. Your uncle met a prince. No frickin' way. Getting fed the moldy cheese? Ugh, yeah, I'm into it, man, though. That's the problem. Like, I know that it's cute to like the very fresh, creamy cheeses, but I don't, man. I want that with crystals in it. I want it frickin' crunchy and weird, man. I want a cheese that's gonna change my outlook. What if you meet a hot French ghost, though? Dude, I read that book, and it had a sad ending, and I never veered in that direction ever again. There was like a girl who could talk to ghosts, and I'm addicted to crystal cheese. Ain't that the way? Ghosts are fun, you can bust them? Not in my chat, you can't, Jesus. Anyway, what were we talking about? How I got into music. I got into music, I guess, in any number of ways. Ever try stinky tofu? Yeah, way into it, man. Way into it. Aged cheddar? Heck yeah. Cave aged, nothing beats it, man. Nothing beats it. Anyway. Big house does mean more bugs. Okay, but we all have access to the outside, and the outside is huge and full of bugs. So I've never had the need. How did I get into music? My family sings, plays music all the time. Literally anytime we went in the car for any reason, whoever wasn't driving of my parents would bring a guitar and play it. We had like a car guitar. That was just like something that we had in the car. I remember realizing that other people did not have a car guitar. A guitar, if you will. So, and we would just always sing in the car. It was just always what we did. My sisters took music lessons forever. When I was old enough, I got to choose an instrument, and I did not choose piano, but I wound up taking piano anyway, and I resented it for years, and I really hated it. And then at some point, I realized that, like, I could play things by ear, and then I got way more into it. And I found some sheet music for songs I actually liked, and I got way more into it. Then at some point I was a sad teenager and I started playing guitar. Well before that, God, I picked up banjo when I was like 8 or 9 because my sisters played guitar and violin and they wanted to do the whole bluegrass thing. And I really love bluegrass. And we played at a bunch of churches and stuff. We did a lot of church shows, etc. It was really fun. And that was banjo. I don't know. How did I get into music? I guess I just kind of always was. The question of how I got into music is a different one from how I became a musician, right? I think I've said this before, but music was my first language, right? Like I learned English, obviously, but the ability to communicate what I wanted to communicate and understand the things that were, trying to be conveyed to me, that didn't come until much later spoken. And it came much earlier through music and jamming, and that was how I felt connected to my family, and that was how I felt connected. How did I get into mixing music? Dude, I needed my music mixed! I'm still not into mixing music. I complain the whole time. I freaking hate it. What instrument would I want to learn if I could learn a new one? I can learn a new one. I'm learning new ones all the time, man. But I have a cello, and I've been slowly but surely working on it, but that's taken a lot of time. Next, I'll communicate with dance like a bee. Dude, I cannot communicate with dance. My body moves so freaking awkwardly. You would not believe it. You would not believe it. I'm gonna do like a VR chat stream with Minnie and Cerber at some point. Hurdy-gurdy arc. I love hurdy-gurdies, but they are expensive. Cello. What about a Celesta? Very cool, but where am I gonna, anyway. Yeah, no, and I'm gonna move in a way that you're gonna say, interesting. That's crazy. That's wow. Huh. That's always my experience is people are like, oh, Ellie, no one cares if you're good. Everybody just wants to dance with you. It'll be so much fun. Just get up and dance. And then at some point they're like, oh, huh. Wow. Huh. And that's always a feeling. I don't know if it's a good feeling, so yes, we're gonna start the dance thing soon. So I have to get my VR stuff working fast, but I also have to get my grad school applications in because it's so late in the process to be applying. Cross your fingers for me, because if I don't get in anywhere, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I mean, keep working my job that I love and like streaming, which I love, right? Like have a good life is the answer, but I really want this.
Love this community.
I have very working joints. My joints are great, thank you. Strike, no, we love you, thank you. Hammer, thank you so much for 5 gifted. How late are we talking? I mean, dude, how close are we to September, huh? You can always try the next semester. Most of these programs are year-long programs, right? Because they're in the UK, which means that I wouldn't be able to try again for another year. And I super don't want to, dude. I super don't want to do that. I super duper don't want to do that. So yeah. I am quite afraid. British has clearance for this exact reason and lateness. Yeah. No, anyway. Hi. Hi, matey. Whoa! Whoa! Robin Valentine! Thank you so much for 50 gifted! What the frig? Oh, holy Giga Chad! Thank you so much! Thank you so much! I don't even know what to say! 50! 50. Wow. Oh my god. So, wow. That's a lot. Wow. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Listen, I'll try and make an album. It is something I'm working on. It just, it takes a lot of time. But I'm gonna keep releasing music. I have 2 songs that I theoretically have done-ish. But, you know, I need to figure out how I would produce them and what they would sound like. Yeah! I hope they're good. But yeah, I have those. So those will be out probably at some point. Hopefully at some point soon. You've tried to learn 3 instruments over the year. So feel free to brag that you can play. You just gotta stick with them, man. You just gotta find what you can enjoy about playing an instrument, and then you'll play it more. Well, Minnie, thank you! Minnie, thank you so much! More songs like Don't Look Down? Oh, I'm trying to think. Not really. So Don't Look Down sounds the way it does because I collaborated with a really amazing producer to make that song. I don't have the ability to produce something that sounds like that. And honestly, I don't really think I got there with my voice. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's fun that I get to sort of play around and try new things and see what I can do. But I feel like my voice couldn't really do that song. You know, I have a voice that is, we all are instruments, you know? From the shape of your chest, the depth of your chest, to what happened to that jazzy song? It was too jazzy. It was too jazzy. I killed it. I shot it in the face. Thank you, Minnie. This is the thing is I don't dislike my voice. It's just that Camo, thank you so much. You nuked the unit tests twice today.
Hope your day has been good.
We've all been there.
I only nuked the unit tests twice today. I swear it's a feature, not a bug.
But Bugs is your favorite. Thank you. My voice is I'm trying to think. It's quite high and dense and a little bit piercing, you know? I was mixing Shumi's vocals today and I love Shumi's vocals. Oh my god, I love her voice. I love mixing her vocals. It's just like so soothing. It's so lovely. It's like if mixing Minnie's vocals is like sewing with silk, mixing Shumi's vocals is like sewing with like heavy velvet. You know what I mean? It's just like so resonant and beautiful. There's like this reed quality to it. Oh my god. Anyway, so I was mixing Shumi's vocals and I was thinking about my voice and something that Joe said about it once, because I used to really hate my voice. I used to say that it was like sour, like crab apples, you know? And Joe said this thing about like, you sound like you're already crying, but in a good way. And I think there actually is power there. You know what I mean? Like it's not traditionally the most beautiful voice, but it is really emotionally resonant and strong and attention grabbing. You know, and I like that about my voice. There's a lot of feeling there. Yeah, a lot of feelings, just like the girl it comes out of. And yeah, I don't hate my voice, but it doesn't have it's not especially versatile. And I feel like I couldn't really do the whole metal thing. I feel like I just didn't really nail that. But what I can do, right, is, and I'm not great at pop, although I get closer. I feel like the thing that I can do best is, that's what gets you about the new songs, the emotional feel to them. Well, yeah. Afar and Same Moon are the best. Oh, hey, Sir Spring. Well, okay, Same Moon is, I think, one of the best songs that I've written, you know, in contrast to Afar. Wow, Robin, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. So I like my voice fine, and I like my songs, but I also have to think about the styles of production that I can sing along with, right? If I'm gonna be the vocalist, what can I do, right? How can I make this work? I wrote a song ages ago, and I did all the production and everything, and then I just kind of gave up on it because I could not get the vocals right. It just didn't work. You were about to say that my vocals would sound good for a Sleep Token style song. God, I don't know how to do that. Maybe if I could get the tone really, really dark and resonant and just sort of like head voice, but bring it down low, you know what I mean? The emotion my voice carries. Yeah. Most of this audience likes your voice. I mean, I appreciate it, right? Like, I'm not in the business of fishing for compliments, right? But, Yo, Bugs and Don't Look Down! Too sad that there's only a Beat Saber map for one of them. Listen, when I get Beat Saber working, I'm getting Beat Saber maps for like all of my songs because it's all I want, dude. It's all I want. Does that mean that I like Afar? No, I just don't even think of Afar as my song. So anyway, I don't dislike my voice, but it takes me a while and I have to consider what my voice is like when I'm trying to figure out how to produce my songs. So, well, there are songs that I've written, like Stupid Heart, I feel like could go in a very pop direction. But I don't want to take it there because I feel like then I would struggle to sing over it. So yeah, no, oh my gosh, Ella! Dude, I saw that you're gonna be my sister, and I'm so excited. I saw that Dory has been cooking. I saw what she was cooking. I saw what The Rock was cooking. I'm so excited. I cannot believe we're gonna be sisters. I'm so excited. Great War. I don't know that I know Great War, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Lucy. Oh my gosh.
I think you have a very endearing, kind, and soothing voice. You are also such a blessing as a person. You are genuinely sweet, when many can be so abrasive. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Did you rock what The Rock was cooking? Yeah, I rocked it, man. I really love that model. I'm really excited. Dude, I was so excited. I was like, wait a second. I know her. I was in Dora's chat and I was just like, this is Ella. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lucy Pyres Sicario. Is Ella's the one with the mouse in the pocket? No, I think that's, I think that is still, yeah, niece, but, a new outfit. Speaking of which, I should at some point get a new outfit, but I made a poll in the server to see which outfit you wanted me to get, and then you guys didn't vote for the one that I wanted, and I just kind of didn't do it because I'm a bad boy. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about things. Let's figure out what we're doing. The answer is, in order to get this degree, I have to go and stop working, right? And spend a bunch of my savings, but keep streaming for some time. Which means that I have to be a little bit more careful, right? I can't be just like commissioning everything that I want right and left because I do have to be a little bit more careful, right? I own this place, which means that to be able to come back here, I have to keep paying my mortgage while I'm paying rent in London, right? While I'm paying for a grad degree. Absolutely insane choice. But at the end of it, the thing that I loved about this job, the thing that made this my dream job is that, it is within a field that I could not really get into without a grad degree. So if I go get this grad degree, then I will be in that field. And so there will be many more jobs like this one. And I might even be able to get one back at this company. I am leaving literally with you know, flying colors and great recommendations. One of my recs is my boss's boss, right? So anyway, can you rent it out to someone else? Kind of, but then I have to put all of my stuff into storage and move all of my things out, and I also just really don't want to be a landlord. What I might be able to do is have a friend live here for, like, at cost, you know, so that I'm not making any money out. Yeah, I may even be losing some money, but... Medmo! Medmo, thank you so much for 33 gifted! What is going on with all of you today? Medmo, thank you so much! It's Medmo's birthday! Frick! Oh god, my banjo's unplugged. Give me like 10 seconds. Give me like 10 seconds. I'll sort this out. I'll make this right. Oh, boys, I'm sorry. I wish I had a friend on stream to like leave the... Medmo! What the frick? Okay, 1 second. Let me go get my banjo. I'm gonna make this right. I swear to frick. I swear to frick. Please be in tune. Please be in tune. Please be in tune. Please be in tune. Okay. And now I have to make some very bad sounds. Some very bad noises for a moment. Oh, Father, I have sinned. I'm sorry. And now I have to turn off air and adjust this down a little bit. Okay. That's not in tune. Okay? Okay? Progress is being made, boys, if it fucking kills me. What? Wait, Nick! Ella! Ella, what the frick? Ella, what are you doing? Ella, why are you giving me subs? What? Dude, you're gonna be my sister. That's... Ella, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. What the fr... Why? Why? Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Medmo. Why did you give me a present if it's your birthday? Happy birthday to you. Medmo, thank you so much, truly, for this and everything you do, always, all the time. Oh my god. Okay, so, let's put that down. Why did I have my banjo unplugged, you may ask? Because I do you guys remember 1,000 years ago when I was like, what if I got a 3DO? And it turns out a 3DO is actually a very bad microphone with a very stupid gimmick for people who want to chew on plastic ears. And such is not me. I am not someone who wants to chew on plastic ears. They're a little dusty. A 3DO is a microphone made to mimic the experience of being in a space. Now, I am deaf in one ear, so for me, the 3DO is, it does very little. Back to the snowball. Frick you, man. Frick you. No. So what I use right now, what I'm using, you are hearing me through an SEV7. Now, when I record my vocals, I find the SEV7 a little weak. Banjo Toggle? Yeah, I've had this since I debuted. I've actually had this on every model I've ever had. I've never had a model that didn't have the ability to play banjo. 3DO was originally made to test headphones. I did not know that. That's fascinating. Yeah, binaural audio is cool. It's also something I can't detect. So, actually years ago, I got a 3DO because I wanted to do ASMR lullaby streams, and I thought it would be kind of fun, and maybe that it would work very well. It did not work very well. So what I use is my Yeti. And I use my Yeti for recording my vocals too when I do music, because I feel like this mic, you lose a lot of... How do you get that microphone? This microphone, the one that I'm using right now, it's garbage. I got it when a studio was closing. It's like the one that they would use for like dumb nothing stuff. Yeah, so the thing about this microphone is that it's mid. The microphone that you're hearing me through right now, I've done quite a bit of filtering on it. What it is highly directional, and that's why I like it. Kira, thank you! I like it because it's highly directional, which means that I can have a ton of background noise, right? And you can't really hear it, right? Which I like because I live in New York City, right? And I think that that's quite convenient. Now, this is a very cheap microphone, and it's not a very good microphone. I run it through a Scarlett 2i2, which is an all right interface, but pretty bargain bin, but decent. And the whole result, when run through appropriate filters and when worked with and not worked against, the result is fine, right? How do I handle games where it plays from certain places? Not well, but there is an accessibility device that I really want, which has lights around your monitor, and they light up depending on where the sound is coming from, and I desperately want them, but I want them to sponsor me, so I've been holding off on buying them, because I've just been manifesting them hearing about a streamer who's deaf in one ear and being like, we'll sponsor you, Ellie, just like emailing me out of the blue, which won't happen, so anyway... Yeah, but this mic is pretty bad. Specifically, having looked up a lot of reviews, people say that it kind of loses the highs and sort of muddies women's voices, and I do agree. I think that this mic can actually sound really nice if you're someone with a much lower voice, but if you have a higher voice, it's not great. So personally, I don't love this mic. I am doing a sponsored stream this week, which is going to be kind of fun. It's actually a platform that I think is cool, and I think that the stream concept is going to be fun. And silly. I think it's going to be fun to try. It's like a fully browser-based thing that lets you play parts of existing games with your community, and compete. It's sort of arcade-ish, and it honestly looks really fun. And I think that it'll be really fun to play with you guys. But we'll see that on Thursday. We'll do that together on Thursday. I think it's going to be actually really fun. I would not take a sponsorship that I didn't believe in, as much as I joke about like everyone should sponsor me. No, I wouldn't take a sponsorship that I didn't think would be kind of fun, and I wouldn't make bad content on purpose. I think this will be kind of fun, good content, even if I am not a pro gamer and I'm probably unlikely to play this thing myself. I actually like the idea of doing it on stream, and I think other people might too. So yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Joker. I appreciate you. So, what was I saying? Right. This microphone is kind of trash. So, I have another microphone, which is a Yeti. Now, the thing about a Yeti is that I actually think that it picks up some really beautiful tones. Especially if you have a higher voice, right? I think this is why it's one of like the gold standard microphones if you're watching ASMR content, right? I think that if you're speaking very softly and you have kind of a high voice, it captures a lot of the air in your voice, and it's a very beautiful sound. However, you have basically no gain space, which means that if you want to be singing a song with any kind of dynamics, or even just singing a song that's really loud, you can't just turn the gain way down. You have to get kind of far away from your microphone, which means that you hear the room, and it's not great. USB mics? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Most people who complain about USB mics, they're kind of talking out their butts. There are some very good USB mics out there. For the most part, you aren't going to notice a difference, right? And how you manage your audio, it's going to make a bigger difference than like whether you're using an interface, right? There are plenty of interfaces that are low quality and mics that are low quality where basically what is happening if you plug that microphone into that interface is the same thing as if you were using a USB mic. The thing about a USB mic is that you have very little control over, so the equipment that would normally be in your interface is instead inside of your microphone, right? Because an interface plugs into your computer and a microphone plugs into your interface. If all you're using your interface for is plugging your microphone into it, a good USB mic might have exactly as good components as the interface would, and therefore it is actually the same stack. So the whole thing about like, oh, you need an interface, like you need, right? I don't think that you do. If all you're doing is running all your microphone through your interface and into your computer. There are situations where you will be able to get a better result from it, but I have been using a trash mic for years. And, I don't know, and a pretty bargain bin interface. And when I record my vocals, I use a USB mic because it is actually better, right? It is actually better than the result of my pretty garbage XLR mic through my interface. So there is a lot of elitism and silliness. Can I give someone who might be looking to get into get a robotics degree what to look for when looking at potential schools? Find a school with a robotics lab where they are making robots. Don't just find a place that offers you a blended degree where you can like get some mechanical and some electrical. Find a place where you can be building robots on campus with professors who do that, right? That's extremely important. There are a lot of schools like that, and they are not all especially prestigious. You can find a school that, if you can get in anywhere, you can find a school that will let you in, that will also let you be building robots with your hands in a robotics lab in undergrad. Also find a place with robotics teams and clubs. Find a place where even outside of class, you'll be able to make robots with other people who live near you. And go to the same school. Yeah, that's what to look for in a robotics program. IMO. Yeah, no, that annoys due to the power being run. Yeah, no, and again, like, if you're a VTuber, right, your computer is gonna be chugging. And no matter where you have your computer, you're gonna hear that noise more than you're gonna hear, like, the hardware noise from your mic, right? it's just the case, right? Maybe if you're recording vocals, this is something that might matter on a song, although you can usually filter that kind of thing out, especially if it's just one frequency like that. However, if it truly bothers you, yes, there are solutions, but you by no means need to have an interface. Is the model tracking actually that taxing? Complicated. So there would be ways to do this much more efficiently, but it isn't done very efficiently because it's all done for this purpose by, companies that only make this, right? VTubers have nice, expensive computers. And so these pieces of software use that, right? Also, you're often going to be running games in addition to your model. There's very little prioritization, right? You're also going to be running something for tracking. In my case, I'm running a second tracking program on top of the one that takes the tracking information from my phone to track the color of my cheeks so that it can tell when I'm blushing. OBS is by no means optimized, right? And so at the end of the day, I think it has more to do with badly optimized software than it does with extremely computationally demanding software. You know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah. My mic is garbage. I do use an interface. It is XLR, but I also I also a high-end Live 2D model uses as much GPU power as a 3D model, more in some cases actually. Depends. What's the state on the headgear? May, did you ever add those commands? May, do you have project tracking commands? Woo! Thank you. Wow, nice. Thank you, May. Whoa. You found out about me after stumbling on Together in a playlist a couple months ago. You were feeling pretty down at the time. The lyrics, "You will always be you," really stuck with you. I'm not a great judge of musicianship, but you love my songs. Thank you so much, Twangerine. That means the world. Twangerine? Twangerine? Thank you. That means the world. Thank you so much. Would it be beneficial to have a crazy high core count CPU to offload the GPU? I mean, yes and no. The solution a lot of people use is just multiple computers. Kind of crazy. Thank you, XT421. But at the end of the day, no solution is perfect. Now, if you don't like this solution, you probably will like my solution abroad even less. I am not bringing my PC to the UK. And I need a laptop that I can do my classwork on anyway. So I am probably, in all likelihood, how many years will grad school arc take? One. I'm getting a master's degree in the UK. 1-year programs. 12 months. I am gonna be getting probably a very nice gamer laptop. It just makes more sense than yeah, dude, in the UK, that is standard. That is what a master's degree is. It's actually like every country except the US. Yeah, every country except the US, master's degrees take 1 year. But anyway, watch me finish it in 8 months? Absolutely freaking not, dude. Absolutely not. I'm also going to be streaming full time. No way. So anyway, a nice gamer laptop is a decent enough solution for streaming. And then I get to bring it back at the end of that time, right? Whereas a PC, it's just not happening. So, anyway, it is a crazy decision. You're not gonna enjoy that. How long does undergrad take in the US? Traditionally 4 years. Portability is gonna be really, really useful here also because I'll be traveling a lot, right? And this way I'll be able to... You can bring a whole robot to the UK, but not a PC? Yeah, honestly. The robot was lighter than my PC. I optimized really, really hard for weight.
But decided in going to go for my ham license after I'm back on my own.
Yo! Congrats! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting! SimCop! That's awesome! That's awesome. Ham operators are so sick. Grad school is just a master's? Okay. Grad school is any school that you do after you graduate from college, right? grad school is anything, right? Grad school could be a master's. Grad school could be a PhD. Grad school could be like your postdoc stuff. Grad school could be anything that you do after you've graduated from college with a bachelor's degree. So, yes, it includes a master's. It isn't a master's. You always assumed it'd be a bigger deal. What, are you freaking disappointed in me? Go home. Yeah, Scotland is 4 years for a bachelor's and an extra year for a master's. Yeah, so again, a 1 year's master's program, but a 4-year undergrad program, just like the US. Ellie's going to Streamer University? No, but wait, Churchy, can I talk about our plans? Can I talk about our plans roughly? Yes. Okay, so there is a possibility that if I get in and go, Churchy would go with me, and we would have like a Silly Goose Girls in our Silly Goose apartment arc, where for a year we could sing together and make music together and do like off collabs and use each other's equipment and I don't know, high five. I don't know what people do. But yeah, I really, really want this, and I think it would be really, really funny to play music together. What? If I want to practice French? Oh my gosh! You joined the Discord! I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Come practice well, come help me practice, I guess. Sidere! Oh my gosh. Sidere, you have been a queen. You have been a hero. Wait, do I follow you already? I think I already follow you, but just in case I don't follow you. Okay, there. I follow you now. I fixed it. I fixed it! She has been such an icon and such an amazing help in me figuring out where I can... how grad school works in another country. A country that I went to for like a few days and mostly only ate beans in. Which, you know, I am going to be mostly only eating beans. The banjo, yes. That is the one big thing that I'm allowing myself to bring. I know, I could go hang out with Server again!
5 squared months. A nice number.
Yo, yeah! Oh my gosh, Jacoby, I can't believe it's been 25 months! Oh, over 2 years! Thank you, oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. What do we do if you literally hate beans? You don't have to eat them. More for me, Churchy. More for me. But yeah, I will be bringing my banjo. That is the one thing that I just couldn't... I tried to figure out a way that I couldn't bring my banjo, that I could figure it out. There's just no way, man. There's just no way. I want my banjo. It's mine. I have little flowers painted all over it. I want my banjo. So I will be taking my banjo. I will probably have to buy a hard case for it and check it. You're that way about your guitar? Yes! Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just gonna play your guitar, I think, because I'm not bringing my guitar. I'm just bringing my banjo. And then I'm gonna buy a keyboard when I get there. That is my dad's gift to me if I get into fancy grad school. If I get into fancy grad school, into big boy nice university grad school, my dad will buy me a keyboard. That is the deal. Emotional support bango. When will she get the double band guitar? Unlikely, man. I don't really shred. I wish. But yeah, it's gonna be hard, but staying for a whole year, yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring my banjo. And then buy a keyboard while I'm there, and then probably leave it somewhere. Do you still get doxxed if I come over here? No, but I do want to go on the train. Chugga chugga, man. Chugga chugga choo choo. So, you know, if you're okay with the fact that I look less anime in real life, I do want to go on that train. You know, but yeah. I am excited. I am excited. I think it'll be really fun, and obviously I will be bringing you guys with me. What's the Masters on? Robotics and computer vision. But yeah, my immersion! When would I be going? This fall. It would be exciting stuff, right? I am nervous, of course. I would have to figure out, I don't have a lot of clothes, right? So I could just bring them. How would I be managing work? I have savings, so I would be leaving my job, and possibly leaving my job a little bit before I go so that I can do some kind of celebratory going away party thing on stream. Am I going alone? What does this mean? Who would be going with me? My dad? Is she gonna be unchaperoned? Our streamer, unchaperoned? How scandalous! Hi, Ellie from Vettel987. Hi, chatter from Metal987. Smuggle dad bod in the suitcase. I am gonna miss him like a lot. That is actually something that's gonna be really hard. Is I'm gonna really miss my family. I'm gonna really miss my friends. Bring my dad. Okay. There is something really funny to me about us having like a girl apartment arc with my dad. Like he's so fun. You'd love him. But yeah, no, he is not coming to the UK with me. I will have friends over there too. No, I know some really sweet people in the UK, and I am excited to spend time with them. I have a lot of good friends there, and I'm not worried. And I even have some family there. But I do have Will I bring the plushies? Yes. Shamefully, yes, that is something I am allocating room in my suitcase to. Yeah. The thickest ankles. The thickest ankles. Dad bod debut when? I don't know, man. Because I made him a reactive and then everyone started thirst posting about him. And then someone else drew my dad in a completely different way. And then everyone started thirst posting about him. And at this point, I don't want you guys to meet my dad. You're gonna be weird. You're gonna be weird about my dad. I was worried about you guys meeting my mom because I thought you were going to be weird about my mom because she has like a very beautiful, soothing voice. She was like an opera singer and her speaking voice is very like, very composed and lovely, right? And so I was worried that y'all were going to be weird about that. And then y'all haven't even met my dad. So anyway, no. Absolutely not. Dad has more lore? That's just because you guys don't know my mom's lore. She's a fascinating and mysterious woman. She's lived many adventures, you know? She's an opera singer. She's a musician. She writes songs. She's an engineer. She's a teacher. She's very cool. But yeah, I don't talk about her as much because my mom is always busy, whereas my dad is always like calling me to be like, look at this mushroom I found, you know? So he's like, we talk a lot more because he'll literally just call me to be like, you will not believe. You guys cannot meet my father. I'm not letting that happen. He's too good and pure. Yo, Jaded Sparrow, thank you so much. I'm honored. Oh yeah, my dad does keep skulls on his desk because he's a little freak, because he's a little weirdo. And he was like, I don't actually remember which came first, whether it was initially a strategy. I think initially, like, he got an office and they were like, you should decorate your office. And he was like, oh, okay. And my dad, he loves animals the way that I do. He is eternally curious about them. And when he finds a roadkill skull, he will often get it cleaned and keep it, right? Anyway, you know, right? It's interesting. They're kind of cool. But alas, he decided to decorate his office with animal skulls. Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that it was, at first he was like kind of sad because people didn't like it, but then he realized it was a really good way to keep people from just coming into his office to bother him. So, you know. Certainly interesting. Yeah, this is a good filter for whether you're autistic, to see whether you still think that, like, wow, that's so cool, I love Dadbot, or whether you're like, oh, huh. Yeah, anyway, love that man. Love my dad. Is he a biologist? No, that question is answered. I've said before what he professed, but I also don't want to say it more because it is probably... I don't know, May. I don't know. I probably shouldn't. Anyway, it sounds like a wholesome guy. Yeah, he's deeply wholesome. I love my dad very much. He's a weird, interesting man. And I love him very, very much. And I love my whole family, and I would miss them so much. I would miss them so much. But I could still come home a few times a year. I would have to be careful and budget it, but I could still come home a few times a year, and it's only 1 year, and then I would come back. So, yeah. Also, I would miss my family. horribly, and I would miss my friends horribly. Where am I going? Possibly to the UK for a year for grad school. Yeah, a year passes super quick, especially when you're crazy busy the whole time, right? So yeah, should be very busy and should pass pretty quickly. I would miss my friends so much. Horribly. I said not hardly, horribly. And you collect 2D Girls subscriptions. How's that going for you? Grad school is only 1 year. Oh, do we have to keep doing this? Oh my god, do we have to keep... Just Google it! Just Google it! Anyway, can I bring my cat? No. My cat will be living with my dear friend Joe for the duration of my absence. And I will miss him to the point where it hurts. Where it hurts in my bones. I love that little guy. But honestly, he likes Joe better than he likes me. It's only a year. So, yeah, I'll miss him very badly, but I just don't think it's fair to him, you know? Cats really like to stay where they're at. Cats don't like unfamiliar stuff. And every time I've moved, my cat took months and months to adjust. And if I'm only going to be there for a year, I just don't think it's fair to him to have like 5 months of adjustment for him to get used to a place that he's just going to leave like 5 months after that, you know? What about my spider? I do want to bring Genevieve, but I don't think I'm allowed. I think that there are rules that prevent you from moving a spider that is indigenous to one continent to another. I don't think that I would be allowed to bring Genevieve with me, but she would be well taken care of as well by my dad, who would take excellent care of her, who loves her again so much. So yeah, very, very sad. I would miss all of these people terribly, but that would be okay because I would make new friends, and I would have the many friends that I already have. Send her to Paris instead, her native habitat. I know, isn't it so sad that she, a small French woman, will never be able to meet another French person. Poor girl. Poor girl. Oh yeah, there are very, very good reasons for those rules, and I would not want to break them. But I would miss her very badly. But it's only a year. It's only a year. I think it would be a really good and important adventure for me. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Original cliche! I think we'd all be honored if you got a Codebug tattoo. Are you sure? Am I planning Hirathon 2 after grad school? I mean, maybe. Although ideally, you know, they at a good university, right? They have programs to help you find a job afterwards. And so I would be applying during the end of my grad school career and throughout the process of moving back. So I don't actually know if I would have time or space for a Hirathon. It would depend on how long it took me to get a job after. Churchy! Oh my gosh. God, I hope. God, I hope. I'm so excited. I'm so hopeful. I really want to live with you. I think it would be so much fun to have a girl house. Silly girl house. Hirathon 2. She will beat the application form. Yeah, I don't know. We do what we can. Yeah, a capped gradathon before leaving. I was thinking about that. I think that would be really, really fun. And it might allow me to do some fun things for you guys, you know, have some exciting things coming up this year, even though I do have to be saving money a little bit more carefully, which, I mean, God, with how generous you guys have been today, I don't even know what to say. But yeah. You'd be excited to hear the distinct differences between Boy Mansion and Girl House in the future. Okay, so Boy Mansion and Girl House were distinct eras of my life. Boy Mansion was living with John and Joe, who you know, John's current roommates, and a couple of other people. It was like 9 boys living in an unreasonably 8 boys and me, living in an unreasonably fancy, stupid big house. And it was extremely fun, and unforgettable. And also, it was unforgettable how gross that place was. 8 boys and 1 Boy Scout. Milk Nights! Yeah, no, Boy House was really fun. I feel like I learned how to be a person there. and made my best friends in the world there. Boy mansion. Girl house was a separate era where I lived with a bunch of girls in a tiny, very garbage apartment that was, however, extremely clean. Kinda no thanks to me. And that was also awesome. We built an IPL device and removed all of the hair from our bodies permanently because our brains hadn't finished developing and we didn't really understand that, like, you might not actually want that forever, it turns out, but that's okay, you know, because you did it and yeah, you're fine with it now. Honestly, it's kind of nice, right, for sensory reasons. Anyway, but also you didn't consider the fact that the scarring is also permanent. Minimal scarring. Only a little bit of scarring. Only like the tiniest bit of scarring. And only really on me because I insisted on going first because I built it. Anyway, the point is, must have hurt. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't understand what it's like to use an IPL device built by stupid children. You don't even know the pain I suffered. Am I Bo's friend? Yeah, I am Bo's friend. A good inventor always tests on themselves first. Yeah, well, I tested it, we all built it together, but I was the one who, championed the project, and so I do feel like I was the one. An IPL epilator? No, it's not an epilator. So an epilator removes hair by pulling it out, whereas IPL is intense pulsed light. So it's not a laser, right? But it is, it fires a very intense pulse of light, right? As you might expect. Now, that light is preferentially absorbed by darker things because that's how light works. So, your hair is darker than your skin, which means that the light is absorbed by your hair, becomes heat, and basically burns your hair follicle to death. And the end result is that you don't grow hair anymore. There's just a little bit of scarring. It's fine. It adds character. Who cares? But personally, I don't know. I do enjoy being a more I guess hydrodynamic more than aerodynamic because you rarely experience the drag of hair in the air, but you might in the water. Yeah, we built one. Which robots have hair? Not this one anymore. So yeah, no. We built one. We did that. What else did we do? We tried to make a calzone several times, but at no point did we allow the calzone to finish cooking because we were hungry little ladies. And so each time we took the calzone out of the oven and then just like pulled it open and just like ate the hot uncooked cheese and sauce out of the dough. You know, so that's some girl house stories. They were each their own kind of gross, is what I'll say about boy house and girl house. Boy mansion and girl house, and I am excited for girl house part 2, because Churchy would be there and we could sing and play songs together. Was this before or after I was supposedly no longer feral? I will say this was not initiated by me. I was like, we should wait until it's done baking. You know, I wasn't super devoted to that, but I was willing to, right? It wasn't my fault that we didn't, is my point. It wasn't my fault that we didn't. You must turn the back. Yeah, I wanna go pursue this dream and then come back and get another dream job. And if I'm pushing my luck, we'll find out together. Maybe I am, and maybe I will fail tremendously, catastrophically, like a star exploding across the night sky. And I will deserve that, and I will learn from it, and I'll figure myself out, and I'll pick up the pieces, and I'll get it back together. So I fear not. Supernova Ellie, yeah. I fear not, man. I fear not. We'll go find out together. Ah, wait, I love you guys. Thank you. Are there work study programs for grad school? Yes. As I said before, I could do any 2 of these things. Have I had any progress with the bipedal robot? We haven't even talked about that. That was a completely theoretical project like months ago. We haven't even finished any of the other projects before it. No, I have not had any progress on a project I haven't started. No. But yeah, no, at least I'll be amongst the stars. I could do any two of these things, and the choice that I am making is to do this one. Because I love you guys, and I don't want to stop streaming. And so given the choice between keeping my job and going to grad school at the same time, and going to grad school, leaving my job, and streaming at the same time, is really just about me choosing you guys. Yeah. So, I have a lot of hope. Don't I have some form of anxiety? How do I manage to have so much confidence? I don't actually. I've said this many times before, but people don't believe me. I don't have anxiety. I have a very, very hard time. Maple, can you handle this? Maple, can you throw this man into a body of water with the concrete around his feet so they never find the evidence? Thank you, my love. Anyway, what were we saying? Right. I choose you guys. I choose you guys every freaking time. In Minecraft. Time to swim with the fishes, bucko, in Minecraft. Anyway, I choose you guys, and so, given the choice, I am leaving my job, and I'll find one again. I don't really have anxiety. People don't believe this when I tell them, but no one, actually, it is not an anxiety disorder. This is why I hate this thing where people just, like, feel the need to be like, everything is a disorder. It is not an anxiety disorder to be nervous when suddenly having 3,000 people watching you when you're not used to that. That's not actually anxiety. That's, like, normal human behavior. That's not a thing that happens very much to people. Now, on top of that, sorry, let me just turn this down like a touch. No, I don't have anxiety. And I was nervous about reaching out to new people in the VTubing world because I did not know how the culture worked. And I thought you said it was your dream job, no? Yeah, I said in this conversation that it was my dream job. But, you know, you have many dreams and not all of them are jobs. And furthermore, I can get another job, probably another dream job, you know? These are things that evolve over time, right? So I got my dream job a year ago, I've worked in this field for a year, and now I want to go study it, right? It's my dream job for a reason. It's because I care about this, and if I want to further the field, and if I want to do meaningful work, I have to go learn more about it in a big way, right? So, yeah. I'm gonna go do that. And now, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get an even cooler job doing something even more important with it. Or, I don't know, I'll work at McDonald's and y'all can laugh at me. I don't really care, right? Every time I have fallen backwards, humanity has caught me. And the people I know who say like, oh, humanity bad, humanity won't do that. They're people who don't do a lot of falling backwards, right? They're people, humanity didn't catch them a couple times and they decided that it just doesn't do that. Do I have any thoughts on philosophy? That's pretty broad. But honestly, no. I've tried to have thoughts on philosophy. People have talked to me about philosophy. Someone gave me a book about pragmatism, which I read, and I was like, this seems plausible to me. But no, I've never cared too much about philosophy. I know that means that I wind up figuring out some things backwards on my own, that it would have been faster to just read, but ain't that just the way? That's how I learned engineering too, so... Yeah. An hour in the library can save you a lot of hours in the lab, but at the end of the day, that only works if you want to spend that time in the library, right? So. Anyway, I don't have a lot of interest in reading philosophy. But I don't know, if someone was really into philosophy and wanted to talk to me about it, I'd probably get something out of that conversation. But yeah, I like learning in the lab. So anyway, it is my dream job, but it's time for another dream. No, I am actually very, very chill. I don't really have a problem with anxiety. I was very, very nervous about interacting with people, about messing it up When I first met this whole group of people, none of it felt real, right? It was a kind of a crazy event. Star Trek has a lot of philosophy. Yeah, it's true. So does kind of everything, right? That's kind of the point. And I was very nervous about how to interact with people, but being nervous about how to interact with new people who you don't know in a weird kind of contrived social situation, that's not anxiety either. So, yeah, no, I don't have anxiety. And how am I so confident? I don't know. Blind, stupid confidence. I have gotten to know all of the things that I know purely by just kind of assuming, for no good reason, often incorrectly, that I can do whatever it is that I want to do. Then, so if I want to do something, I just kind of start doing it. And sometimes I discover that I absolutely can't and it's super not safe. But often I discover that I kind of can, and then over time I can much more. And Sith Lord, thank you so much for the sub. If everything is anxiety, nothing is... Yeah, no. It's, Ellie confirmed narcissist. No. Not that, for sure. I don't have an extremely high opinion of myself. I just kind of feel like I could just get started doing whatever, you know? I rarely have the urge to, like, do a ton of research before I get into something. You know? Yeah, frick it, we ball, right? I just kind of feel that in my soul. I have a bad sense of risk assessment. Much more than I have a lot of confidence, right? So the question of, like, if you make it to the UK, if you hear a Manchester United soccer team run far away, if you hear of a Manchester United soccer team run far away, okay, yeah, I can do that for you. I can run. I'm so good at running. But yeah, no, more than having a lot of confidence, I just don't have a lot of fear of failure. Right? I'm just not that scared of it. And so, I kind of tend to be doing things that are maybe goofy. Finally got to my stream! Wait, I'm scrolling up. What's my advice for a physics exam after an all-nighter? Listen, there's not much that I can say. Obviously better to not pull an all-nighter before an exam, but it's not a death sentence. Yeah, what I would say is do the whole coffee nap thing, right? Get as much sleep as you can, set an alarm for 15 minutes before you need to wake up, drink a bunch of coffee, and then go back to sleep for 15 minutes, and then wake up with your next alarm. You will feel somewhat awake for a while. You will have, like, that much time, enough time to take a test, feeling well rested enough to take that test. But it will wear off after. So yeah, do the whole coffee nap thing. It is good. And I hope. What other life advice can I give you, wise anime girl of the internet? I am not wise, and I only have bad advice. I am a stupid, dumb kid. What is my advice? I don't know, man. Oh, what's some advice? If you use conditioner, let it sit in your hair for a bit, and make sure that you, like, kind of wring out your hair before you put it in, because otherwise it'll be so diluted by the water in your hair that you'll need to use more of it. What are other useful pieces of advice? If you have long hair, start at the bottom when you're brushing. It's never too early to start building credit. Make sure that you have the best interest rates on your bank accounts that you can find. And don't be afraid to open a new account and move your money when you need to. It is worth it. So, like, keep an eye on that. Find a way to track all of the subscriptions you have. Don't let yourself forget about a subscription ever. They are designed to make you do that, and the interfaces are designed to be hard to cancel. Don't let it happen to you. Yeah, I don't know, dog. That's what I got. Going into the basics of capitalism? That's not the basics of capitalism. Nah. Capitalism isn't just how to make and keep your money. That's not what capitalism is, you goof. Capitalism is an entire economic system, right? The idea that this advice, which would be good advice under most economic systems that had things like interest and markets, which are not unique to capitalism by any means. Wow, thank you, Sparksmaker. Then, yeah, no, basic money management is not capitalism, you goof. It is something relevant under any economic system that has markets and interest, right? So, wow, yeah. Yeah, Soviet Union also had markets, exactly. Wait, capitalism is fundamentally just a way, not a way, to abstract the management of resources? Wait, just a way, not a way. It is a way, but it is also not a way to abstract the management of resources. I feel like you were saying something really good, Arkun. You need to retype that, because I can't. I'm sorry. That's not. What advice would I give to an aspiring GeoGuessr pro? I am not a GeoGuessr pro. I am pretty bad at this game. I just really love it. And my advice to anyone who wants to get good at GeoGuessr would be my advice to anyone who wants to get good at anything. Which is just do it. Just start doing it. And if you like it, you will keep doing it. And the only way that you get good at something is by doing it. And the only way that you keep doing something is by liking it. You cannot beat your willpower. Stop freaking trying. You're embarrassing me and yourself. Your willpower works for a while. You know, you can do the whole, like, get up at 4 a.m. and grind thing. But if you're using your willpower, you're gonna run out of it eventually. And it's gonna be when you need it most. And if you've grounded a lot of your self-worth in the things that you're able to do only because you force yourself to do them, you're gonna be freaking miserable. You're gonna tumble off that pedestal, and it's gonna be catastrophic. So instead, find the things that you want to do. Find the things that you wake up at 4 a.m. to do because you want to do them so badly, and let yourself do them. And when you want to do something that badly, when you love something that much, you will be good at it because you will keep doing it. And that is why I think right now, based on the fact that we are lacking front plates, the ground is relatively flat, we have southern pines, we have roads not really built for snow, not very pitched roofs. We're clearly in America. Look at the license plates, look at the foliage, look at the road markings, look at the mailboxes. We have long-haul trucking along these routes, so we're not exactly in the middle of nowhere. I am going to say that we are somewhere around here. I'm going to put us in Chattanooga. And that is how you get good at something, is you freaking love it. Anyway. So, anyway. Friggin' mic drop. Yeah, is stream over? What do I even do now? Do I like scorpions as much as spiders? Yeah, I don't know as much about them, but yeah, who doesn't love a good scorpion, man? They're so sick. Literally, what is cooler than a scorpion? You show a scorpion to a child, and they are gonna say, that's crazy, that's so cool. And also, right, they have babies, and they love their babies, and I, as, you know, as a robot modeled after a human, am just kind of inherently biased to love anything that cares for its young, right? They love their babies! And also they're just like, they're so freaking cute, man. And they're so cool. They've got their stupid butt just like over the top of their head. Like, what are you gonna do with that, idiot? I also love vinegaroons a lot. I love vinegaroons so much, dude. This would be both work with Hope Core and JoJo. Scorpions are cool, cute, and terrifying at the same time. I know, dude. I know. Okay. Let's, I guess, whoa, your dad got stung in the eye while he was, that's crazy. Because they don't just, like, sting you for no reason. They sting if they're, like, threatened. Like, what was your dad doing with his eye? How is your dad's eye threatening a centipede? What? Oh my god, a scorpion while he was sleeping. Welcome, thank you for the raid. Looking menacing, probably. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Quite dry. Plants and architecture look Mediterranean, maybe Greek. Is that stop sign in English? Is that typical? I don't actually know where the stop signs are in English. That's crazy. I know there are a bunch of places. Maybe Greece is one of them. This looks overall pretty Greek. I don't know. It could be several places. Mediterranean, right? You have those stops in France? Yeah, I know they're in France, but like where? This is not France, my dude. So it's all Greek to me. Haha. Grease lightning, cute. You have those in Spain? I guess it could be Spain. It doesn't look very Spain to me. It looks like Eastern Mediterranean to me. I like that it's like gassing me up now. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it feels the need to be like, great guess, good job, boy. It's never done that to me before. It's never called me a good boy before. But I guess that's cool. Yeah. It doesn't look like Italy. This could be US. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Almost certainly? It's probably West Coast if it's got big mountains like that. I'm not enormously familiar with the West Coast, and that is like a huge weak point for me. But it looks like US road markings. It looks like US road widths and US cars. My next job could be a professional tour guide. Bro, I've never been anywhere. San Fran? Yeah, I was gonna say probably Northern California. Okay, we're gonna do like very Northern California, possibly San Fran. We're gonna see how I feel once I get there. I kind of want to guess farther north. But I'm gonna be upset if I do, aren't I? Yeah, we're just gonna toss a San Fran. Literally San Fran. Aw, brothers, we're doing so good today. Okay. Let's see. Eastern Europe, I don't remember who has those road markers, who has those signs. Can we find a bollard? I would like a bollard. Or some language, maybe? A Tesco, that doesn't narrow nothing down at all. She really is a robot? Yeah. Many people have been of this opinion. Shell! Whoa, wait. I feel, for reasons that I cannot fully justify... Okay, wait. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Okay, wait. We've got ladder poles. Belgium? No, it looks way more east than that, doesn't it? Like, way more east than that. Am I crazy? Am I stupid? I would think, like, Poland or something. But I haven't seen any language. This is crossed out. Yeah, this is not the UK. Brother, what are you on about? Is it even EU? Is this even an EU plate? I actually can't tell. Check maybe? I would believe it. Let's see. Let's evaluate my options. I want to put like somewhere along here. I think the safest thing I can do is just kind of put a dot here because it's sort of like halfway in the middle of the circle where I think this could be. Bro, Kyoto at all costs, so true. So real, so true. Ellie's speedrunning her Sigma male arc. I am many things, but I am not especially Sigma nor especially male. Dude, the other day I woke up and I cried because a bird song was so beautiful. That's a thing I did. I wept for the beauty of the birds. Not very Sigma male of me. Brazil? No. This is old world. I think we're in Portugal. See? We got EU plates and everything. Clearly Kyoto. Easy Kyoto. Oh my god. Easy Kyoto. Yeah, Yeah, we're in Portugal. Listen, I don't know a lot about how to tell whether you're in northern or southern Portugal. Someone told me like a strategy once, but then I forgot it. Like, I don't know. We're gonna be in Porto or Lisbon, right? And I don't really know. I don't really know which, and I don't really know. So I'm just gonna do Porto because I guessed it first. Brother. We're never gonna do this well again. Y'all are gonna think that I'm freaking goated. That's my best score ever. Southern is Port, north is Eagle. Wow. Well, we're never gonna play that good a game of GeoGuessr ever again, dude. That's never gonna happen again. That was crazy. So, anyway.
I was here.
Yo! Ever-present vehemence. Retire at the top. Yeah, bye guys. This was fun. I'll miss streaming. I guess, So anyway. Ellie 1v1 Neuro ASAP? I would love to. I don't think Vettel will let me though since I beat him. Since I beat him at this game. I think she could probably beat me, but I'm not sure. Just 1 hour and 28 minutes? Well, it's been 1 hour and 31 minutes now, actually. So, yeah, no, he's I don't think he's salty. I don't think he's salty. No, we talked a little, about the whole, like, moving to the UK thing, because I have questions. So he's not salty. But, you know, it'd be funny if he was. For the purposes of the bit, you guys can pretend that he is, because I think that'd be funny. Oh my god. Yeah, we have to plan what's happening. Try Greg's. Listen, I already tried Greg's. I tried Greg's. It was great. I would love, I don't even remember what was I saying I would love? Oh, right. I will have to, arrange more with him before open sauce. So that's what we're doing. That's what we talk about mostly lately. Just because Neurocar. But once Neurocar is over, I'm gonna have a lot more freedom and time. Oh my god, yeah, that Neuro and Bauer beefing, I freaking love it. Oh my god, it's so good. Dude, it's so good. I love how aggressive she's gotten. I love how aggressive she's always been, but I love that she has the ability to start Twitter drama with it now. Oh my god, so good. Yeah, no, it's not real, don't worry. I mean, it is. It's so real. It's so real. It's real to me. Yeah, she keeps threatening Bao. It's really, really funny. Choo-choo. I think it's especially funny because, like, she is going to be driving Bao around, and I'm so scared. Yeah, Neuromaster Drill posting. Oh my god, Drill is a genius. Drill is, like, the voice of our generation. There's, like, a book of Drill tweets, and I actually really, really want it. It's, like, shameful how bad I want it. She called Bao the C word? No way. No way. She called her the C word. So. Oh. Ooh, that looks like a Polish to me. So, she called her a cabbage! She called her a cabbage! Dude, I don't know if you're allowed to say the real C word on Twitch, but I wish that they didn't make that a curse word. I don't feel like that should be a curse word at all. Like that should just be the word for it, I think. It feels very triumphant to say. It's got a good mouthfeel as words go, you know? It's better than any of the other words, you know? Right? Feels freaking triumphant, you know? Like I got called that precisely once, and it was awesome, dude. It was awesome. I've never felt more powerful in my life. Yeah, this is just Poland, right? Because everything is in Polish. I don't really know where we are, so we're gonna do that thing that we do when we don't know where we are. Where we just guess Warsaw. That's what we're gonna do. Probably not Warsaw, but that's what we're gonna do. Oh, fantastic guess. I don't know if it is a fantastic guess. We're in the right country though, so whatever. Thank you, GeoGuessr, for your for your contribution. This is UK. This is extremely UK. This is almost upsettingly UK. Now, where in the UK is it? I don't know, because I refuse to learn because I'm bad at this game. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna put a dot right on London. That's what we're gonna do. Does it work for us? This time it worked for us. Let's go. 1.6 miles. Let's frickin' party, boys. Let's frickin' party. Okay, so stuff's in Chinese, looks traditional. I'm gonna say this is Taiwan, but I would love like some confirmation of that. I would love if someone, like I would love to see the little stripy poles, you know what I mean? The poles with those oh, like that. I would love to see that right there. Yeah, it's Taiwan. Okay, sick boys. And Taiwan is small, so I just usually put a dot in the center of it, and then it's like, wow, we can't lose, right? Like, worst case, you're 82 miles off. Oh, frick me, are we in Russia? Oh, frick me, are we in Russia? Balls! I don't want to be in Russia. Russia's too freaking large. Russia's too large. Okay, we've got the weird water infrastructure, which usually means Eastern Russia, but honestly can mean nothing. I was told that once very confidently, but it means nothing to me. Blah. Yeah, these aren't EU plates. We're in frickin' Russia. We're gonna be really, really far up north, because look at the trees. Look at the trees. They got them like Finland-type trees, boys. Too freaking big. Russia is too big. I hate it. It makes me upset. We're gonna guess kind of near Finland. There we go. See? Again, messed up that you can be like, oh, kind of near Finland, and it's still so far away. Because Russia is freaking enormous. Okay. This could be any number of things. US for sure. But where exactly, I know not. Certainly US, look at the mailboxes, look at the vibe, right? Look at the plant life. I don't even know how to explain it. But very US. Feels maybe Michigan to me, maybe a little bit farther west than that. Somewhere in here. I'm gonna guess Chicago area. Yeah, could have been worse. I don't know. US is pretty hard, as things go. Yeah, especially in the Midwest. The housing developments are so similar, and the architecture is so uniform. It was settled all around the same time. US is too diverse. I actually think it's the opposite, right? For its landmass, US is pretty homogenous, right? There are a lot of differences. Going to a different state can be like going to a different country. But with that said, right, when you're looking somewhere like here, right? This is bigger than this, right? The US is bigger than Europe. And if you're looking at Europe, right, like you are looking at such distinct cultures and languages, right? You are looking at such distinct architecture, such distinct traditions. And when you're looking at the US, you're looking at places that were settled by kind of the same people at kind of the same time. And that makes the US really challenging. For the same reason that Russia is really challenging, which is just, it's really big. You know, like, obviously, right, we're looking at the Mercator projection here, right? So Greenland is not that big, Russia is not that big, and the US is not that small, right? Map projections are lying to you, right? Some more than others, and all in different ways. But the US is bigger than it looks here, and Russia is smaller than it looks here. Russia isn't big. Russia is huge. It's just not as big as it looks on this map, right? On this map, Russia looks like it's bigger than the US plus all of Europe, right? Plus like all of South America, right? Yeah, this is a Mercator projection issue. Russia is big, but the US is also big, right? I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the decision to use the Mercator projection in school classrooms in the US was made during the Cold War because it made Russia look so big and scary. Oh, the US gotta do so much. Oh, we gotta work so hard. Oh God, we gotta spend so much money on defense because we're so little and look how big it is. But I haven't actually verified that, so I'm not sure. Anyway. Yeah, apparently there is a website for comparing the size of nations, which sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty fun. We're doing good, boys. We're doing good. You're so confused. Why are you confused? What's confusing? So, okay, for those of you who don't understand map projections, let's talk map projections. Let's look at a map and let's talk map projections. Okay, so what you're looking at right here, this is the Mercator projection, right? So, when you are taking a sphere and you're trying to unwrap it and make it a flat surface, right? Picture peeling an orange and then trying to make the orange peel lie flat, right? It's not going to be a square, right? It's not going to be a square. It's going to be kind of a weird, like, oval, and it's going to have, like, cuts in it, right? It's not going to look like a rectangle like this. So in order to make it look like a rectangle, right? If you have an oval and you want to turn that into a rectangle, you got to stretch the top and bottom, right? Now, if you look at this map, everything along the middle looks pretty small, right? And everything along the top and the bottom is looking pretty big, pretty wide, right? More so on the top than the bottom, just because... But, like, if you look at Antarctica, right? Antarctica is not an enormous landmass, right? Antarctica is not a huge, huge landmass. It is not, like, the size of all of the other land on Earth combined. At the same time, freaking look at Greenland up here! Look at the sheer girth, right? Greenland doesn't look like that. Not in reality. Not on a globe, right? So, when you look at a globe and compare the sizes of these countries there to the sizes of these countries on the Mercator projection, you're going to notice that the things near the poles get stretched out bigger, and the things in the middle get sort of swashed together smaller, right? And that's what you need to do to turn an oval, which is, again, an oval not the same as a sphere, but it's more honest to a sphere, into a rectangle. Now, there are many different ways to make these projections. There are many different ways to do this. The Mercator projection is not the best, IMO. It makes Russia look enormous. It makes the US look pretty small. It kind of tricks you into not realizing how freaking huge Africa is. With that said, it is the standard one used in America, and therefore it's the one that I grew up with, right? Yeah, it makes Canada really weird and warpy. Yeah. You don't know if there are best projections? I would say there are worse projections. Personally, I would say there are worse projections. It does help to preserve shape. There are a lot of ways to preserve shape. There are many projections that preserve shape. And there are many projections that preserve size better while preserving shape. So, anyway... Yeah, you could fit 2 Russias into Africa. You would never know looking at this map, right? You would never ever think that looking at this map. So that is my explanation of the problems.
Hi, Ellie. Minibot love, minibot love, minibot love, minibot love,
Raise,
minibot
thank
love,
you so much. Oh my gosh, 32 months. You really have been with me from the start. Thank you so much for sticking with me.
Love minibot, love minibot, love minibot, love minibot.
Thank you so much.
Love minibot, love minibot, love
Wow, this is...
love minibot, love minibot, love minibot, love minibot, love minibot, love
Mercator makes compass bearings straight on the map. Great for ships. Yeah, yeah. If you're steering a ship, this might be a very good map projection for you. Yeah, so much love. Good lord. But yeah, no. You can look into more map projections. Maybe sometime we'll explore that on our own. But yeah, no. Ultimately, I don't know. This is kind of a silly map projection that makes you overestimate the size of Russia, but it's still really big. Speaking of which, I think we might be in Russia again, but like very Western Russia if we're in Russia. Like really like old Western looking architecture. I'm gonna put us like here. Whew, okay. Not our best work, but it is our work, so. Frick it. Whew, okay. So this is classic sad America. You know how I talk about the sadness of each place having value, having purpose, and having meaning? This place is a kind of sad that has such meaning to me. Like, this is such a sweet little image of a place. You know what I mean? I love this. Okay, so you can see, first of all, consolidated bus transit. We're in New York or New Jersey. Star Deli. Look at this. Look at this. Look how sad this is, right? If you were making a model train of this place, you would never ever. Sweet, flat melancholy, right? We have a subway entrance. Ooh, can we see which one? Ooh, that's convenient. That's interesting. I wonder if we could actually narrow this down in any kind of reasonable way. Probably not. That would be kind of crazy. That would be kind of crazy if we could do that. But I'm like wondering if we could. Yeah, you have the UPS truck. Oh, for lease. 718. Yeah, so we're in New York City. This could be several places. That deli is either so good or so bad, right? Yeah, they're gonna give you something that's gonna taste amazing but give you food poisoning. Okay. Come on, Ellie. Focus. Okay, this is the thing. This is why I play with no movement, is because I hate having to, like, zero in on a place. I hate having to actually figure out where I am. It's like, oh, you want me to do work? You want me to do work while playing my video game? Okay, fine. So I'm doing it, but I'm gonna be complaining about it, basically. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna be somewhere in here, I wanna say. This is my best bet, probably. If we want to get more specific than that. And we do. I know we do. Y'all want that 5,000. I know you do. Don't you even lie to me. You want it. Try to find Euclid Ave. Ugh. I don't wanna. But for you guys, I will. For you guys, I will, but I'll complain about it the whole time. Okay. See, this is gonna take forever. I don't wanna. You saw Euclid! Where? Ah! Okay, we're gonna put a pin so I don't lose it. What are we at? Euclid and Pitkin. So we just have to follow Euclid until we find Pitkin. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Why has God cursed me with a findable location? What are we looking for again? Pitkin. Who's kin in the pits? That's what I want to know, man. Who's doing that? Stanley. Wortman. That's the end of Euclid. And I saw no Pitkin. Linden. Dumont. Blake. Sutter. Belmont. Hill. McKinley. Weldon. Glen. Atlantic. Fulton, Ridgewood, Etna, Jamaica. Ah! Oh, there should be a subways indicator. Good point. It's just weird that I don't see Pitkin, right? Ah! Okay, Euclid and Pitkin. Here we are, at the intersection of Euclid and Pitkin. Are you proud of me? I did complain about it the entire time. I got you that sweet 5K, chat. You can stop begging for it. We got that sweet 5K. Master of GeoGuessr, Queen of GeoGuessr. God bless. Okay, interesting. So these would normally make me think Southeast Asia, but if I look around, we look very South America to me. We are definitely... Let me find a shadow. Okay, there is a shadow. The shadow is coming towards me, so the shadow is going to the south, which means we are in the southern hemisphere. It does look very South America, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like a tuk-tuk, but like, do they have those in South America? And if so, where? That's Spanish? Okay, well, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because it looks very South American to me, and if you guys think that's Spanish, that's enough for me. I'm gonna guess that we're near Ecuador. Okay. Listen, we're not doing as well as the other games, but we did get a perfect 5,000, so I can live with that. We are in someone's hand. Huh. Hello, sir. Where are we? Guys, what is this? What is that license plate? Is that Egypt with the blue on the top? I think that's Egypt. This could pass for Egypt, right? I mean, it looks a little Egypt, right? Is this gonna... Yeah, okay. We're 100% in Egypt. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what parts of Egypt are most likely to be mapped. But again, we just guess the capitals when we don't know. Bam! Bam! Over 4,000. Okay, Stude, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hey! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. If GeoGuessr taught you anything, it would be that most places are ugly. No, not ugly. When I say sad, I don't mean ugly. How do I explain this? When I talk about different kinds of sadness, I actually find it really beautiful. It's like every place looks sort of grungy and real and lived in. When you live in America, I don't know how to explain this to you guys, right? Y'all love America bashing, and I get it, whatever, right? Y'all love America bashing, but I was so shocked and delighted to discover that, that Europe was sad the way that America was sad, you know? It was something that I learned when I started playing this game a very long time ago, right? I love America too! This is... Oh my god, you guys don't understand that something can be sad and beautiful, and that the different ways that something is sad can be beautiful to you. Have you never had a friend? Have you never had a friend and thought like, wow, my friend is wise and beautiful in their sadness? Like, oh my god, right? But I was excited to learn that every single place looked lived in and real, authentic. A place where someone cries on the train, right? A place where you... a place where people live, right? And I knew always, right, that America had this sort of grungy filthiness to it, which is kind of important to me, you know? I love that. I find it comforting, right? When you live somewhere really fancy and clean, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel right, you know? You gotta have that highway ivy climbing on the on the interstate dividers. That's real, right? That feels so real and beautiful. And I had imagined Europe because people present it to you that way. When you grow up in the US, everyone tells you that, like, Europe is so clean, Europe is so perfect, and everyone rides bicycles, and all the lights don't use any electricity, and the streets are perfectly clean, you could lick them, you know? Everybody tells you that, and you kind of, like, imagine that Europe is this weird, sterile place, and that the people there are just, like, I don't know, like, riding bikes and, like, holding signs, right? And then you play GeoGuessr and you see that it's lived in, that people are having their, you know, long walks home from school here, that infrastructure is crumbling in innovative and beautiful ways, and that people just kind of find a way, and it's dirty and real everywhere, right? And it's beautiful. And that's one of the things that I love about this game. When I talk about, oh, it's sad, oh, it's sad in this way, it's sad in that way, right? Listen, I did visit the Netherlands, and people were riding bikes everywhere, and it was also sad in plenty of ways, you know? Dirty, lived in, aged, lovely. So when I talk about a place being sad, I guess it's that I recognize the ways that it's lived in there, right? I can see the feelings, what it would be like for me to live there. I can imagine what my sadness would feel like there, right? You know, when you're on a bus and you're looking out the window and it's been a long day and you're listening to sad music on your headphones and you're just like, oh God, my feelings right now. You know, I can imagine what the ride home would feel like there, you know? And so, yeah. When I travel, I don't really want to see the museums. I want to see towns. And I want to ride the bus. And I want to know what kind of sadness they got there. Show me the new kinds of sadness I ain't seen yet. And that's what I love about GeoGuessr. And a lot of my strategy is just kind of learning what different places feel like. So when I talk about the sadness of a place, right? Dirty nostalgia! Yeah, like dirty suburbs nostalgia, you know? Dirty city nostalgia, right? Ooh, God, I feel it so good. Anyway, that's what I mean when I talk about that. Yes, like the fingerprint of a place, exactly. Yeah, buddy, I'm honored for you to catch the stream live. Thank you for being here. Okay. Looks like US road lines. Probably like frickin' Florida or something. I don't know. Could be Texas. It's very flat. That is a Texas area code. Let's go. You hate tourists. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get that a lot. I've had plenty of people hate me in my life. Being hated will not deter me from seeing new and beautiful places. Though, I don't know. I fully expect to be hated while I'm there. I fully expect the French to hate me, but I will go to their country anyway. I'm not going to the Louvre, though. It sounds sweaty in there. Plus, I can just, like, look up pictures of paintings on the internet. It just seems easy. Stay away? Frick you, whatever. I don't care. I'm going anyway. The French hate a lot of people from what I hear. Well, also a lot of people hate the French, so I don't know. It seems only fair. Yeah, I don't know. Someplace in Texas with palm trees. Because it's got that Texas area code. I'm gonna guess, like, Galveston? A little more inland than Galveston, just in case I'm wrong. Oh, balls! Oh, we were nowhere near there. That's whatever. The French stereotype is mostly just Paris? I don't know, man. I was in Paris, and I gotta say, it was quite nice. Everyone was really nice to me there. They told me that my shoe was untied. And like the one time I did the thing where I didn't I don't know. People are just nice, it turns out. People are just nice. I just don't think that, like, I don't know. Eastern Europe, a little far south. Let's go. What are our options? I don't see any bollards. I'm not gonna see any bollards. We're not in a place that's gonna have them. We don't even have any freaking license plates. Road markings are irrelevant. And there's no signs. The piss smell on the streets of Paris? Bro, I live in New York. What do you think, a little piss is gonna deter me? Dude, I live in Piss City. Like, there's no way they got more piss than us. I'm sorry. You can't win that. They're not gonna. Yeah, NYC's got plenty of piss, and listen, I love that city anyway, so whatever. I hate New York City. It's my least favorite place I've ever lived, but I've loved everywhere else I've ever lived, and I'm used to it, and there are some people I like here, but I really want to get the frick out. It's so unpleasant. It's so unpleasant. I thought I just didn't like cities, but it turns out I just don't like New York City. I like a lot of other cities. Okay, so... Dude, I don't even know where to go with this. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. Could be like in here somewhere. Meh. Wrong country. Wrong country. New York City is just overwhelming to live in. New York City is extremely overwhelming. Well, we are in New York. Look at all those trucks. This is some... Wow, we're not in New York. In America. Oh my god. I mixed them up because I live in both. I'm so stupid. We are in America because look at all those trucks. We are definitely not in New York. Probably somewhere in the Midwest. Probably somewhere along a shipping line. Yo, Jedi Cyberpunk! Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the sub.
GeoGuessing bot.
Do we have any, like, her? Not a lot to go off of. No southern pines, extremely flat. I don't know. Possibly Tornado Alley. Honestly, I'm just gonna guess Michigan again. Well, I didn't actually guess Michigan last time, but I did say that it felt like Michigan. We're just gonna guess, like... Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all, boys. Not bad at all. Guys, if it were that far south, there would have been southern pines. Look at the trees. The trees don't lie to you. You can usually tell your latitude by the trees. Usually. Sometimes you can't. But, you know, in that case, it's whatever. This is weird. This is a weird place. I don't really know what to do with this entirely. Car blue. I think Argentina has blue cars. I think there are a bunch of places with blue cars. Shipping line. South America, but pretty far south. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this, man. Like, I guess we just say Argentina? I don't even have any shadows to go off of. It's just that this does not look remotely equatorial, and... Hey, Ellie, you missed when I follow that one time I'm sad. Well, you know. There are 907 people in chat right now, and I'm playing a game while I'm talking to all of you. Keeping my eyes on, you know, chat and the game means I don't notice every follow. And if you're following just to get a shout out, then, I mean, don't follow, because you're only gonna get that once, and then the rest of the time that you're here, you're just gonna be disappointed, right? If you don't want to hang out, if hanging out and chatting isn't the point, then, can I get a hi, please? No. That's... Like, truly, I will give a hi to most people. If some of you just said, like, hi in chat, I'd probably say hi to you, but, like... What? I don't really love the people who are, like, farming clips of streamers saying hi to them. That feels weird. Thank you, May! I love you, May! Sometimes talking into the chat is the same as talking into the void. I mean, it's true, but, like, you know, if that is the experience that you want, go watch smaller streamers. Like... There are a lot of small streamers to watch, and they will probably be more diligent about saying hi to everyone who talks in their chat, right? If the experience that you want is a very, like, close, direct relationship with your streamer, go watch small streamers. There are a lot of them. Yo, wait! Oh my god! Whoa, wait! Maki! Ah! It's been so long! Hi, Maki. Hi. I'll say hi to you in chat anytime, girl. But yeah, no, go support small streamers. It means a lot to them. And if you want a less personal relationship with your streamer, where you're mostly just kind of watching and joking with the other people in chat, watch a bigger streamer. Yeah, I don't know. Sag, Ellie is a large streamer now. It was actually a really big adjustment. I had a really hard time with it. A lot of people complained for a long time about me not reading their messages because they were used to me reading every message, right? Yeah, when I used to interrupt collabs to thank every follower. Yeah, it took a long time for me to learn how to do this. It is different. I mean, I still say hi to people, but it's only when I can, right? Because at the end of the day, my job is not just to entertain each individual person, it's to entertain a big group of people. And if I'm stopping constantly to thank everyone, right? To say hi to everyone, nothing gets done. We can't really have a conversation. And it's worse for the outcome of the stream. It's not really fair to everyone. So that was what I had to learn and what I had to tell myself, and I still kind of have a hard time with it. I really, really do miss being able to be close to my chat like that. But different doesn't have to be bad. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Thank you so much, Penny. And also, I'm happy to see you flourish. You've been doing fantastic. But yeah, no, you have to keep in mind what's entertaining to everyone and not just what's entertaining to individual people, right? And it was hard. It was hard for me. And sometimes it still is. Yeah, when YouTube streamers spend hours thanking super chats, it's a little bit hard to watch, isn't it? Low-key jealous of the people who met Small Time Ellie. A lot of them left. A few stayed, but for the most part, people have more attachment to the size streamer you are than to the streamer you are. Which is kind of a sad and difficult thing to wrap your brain around, right? Because when you're a streamer and you're a small streamer, then you have like, 30 to 40 people who are there for you every time you go live. And you know them and you love them and you know what's going on in their lives and you talk to them, right? But at the end of the day, they're there for the experience of having that relationship with a streamer, not really for you, right? Right? And it kind of did hurt, I guess, and it was something I had to get over, because I'm a goof. But it kind of did hurt that when the size of this channel changed, most of those people left. Some of them stayed, and I love them, and I'm glad that they stayed. But yeah, no, a lot of people left because they are, at the end of the day, more attached to the format of a chat with less than 50 viewers than they are to me, right? And a lot of people did leave for that reason. I had a lot of people get really frustrated in chat. I would miss one of their messages, and then they would be like, I hate this. I hate you. It's Jover. And, yeah, they'd never be back. So, yeah. So, it's near over. Yeah, like I was saying, we're in kind of the middle of nowhere. I suspect we're in Argentina. We're not too far north. I'm not gonna put us near Cordoba. I'm also not gonna put us near Asuncion. But getting mad about missing a message is pitiful. I mean, the thing is, like, at this point, obviously, I can't respond to every message. But, like, even much smaller than this, it gets hard, and it gets, like, kind of detrimental to the quality of your stream. I mean, you say crash out and all, but, like... Yeah, we're gonna guess, like... Yeah, who's bad at GeoGuessr now, huh? Who's bad at GeoGuessr now, Maki? Eat my pants, idiot. I love you, Maki, I'm sorry. Flora seem African? Nah, dog. Flora just seemed South American. American road markings. Super freaking nowhere. Flat like crazy. Windy. You can see how windy it is here. Tornado Alley. No snow ever. I mean, I worked really hard, right? Like, these are things that go on behind the scenes, but I just kind of wanted to be better at this game. Well. Heck yeah. Yeah, but then sometimes you get dropped somewhere like this and it's like, frick, man, I don't know. I want to say Finland. I feel like this has kind of a Finlandish look to it. I absolutely can and will miss. I mean, like this... Wait, actually. That's not Finland. That's not Finland. Where the frick are we? Oh, it's got the weird water infrastructure. We're somewhere in Russia. Probably in Eastern Russia? Where's, like, Eastern that would still be mapped? I feel so weird going too far east. I hate going too far east. I think it's Russia. I could be wrong. Do you think it's somewhere else? It might be somewhere... I don't know. Never go full east, yeah. You're that one deep lake? I don't know where the deep lake is. You overestimate me. Now I'm just looking at lakes. Frick, dude. We're just gonna put near Kazan. Yeah, I love that they still say nice guess, even though we're like 1,000 miles away. GeoGuessr with time periods? That does sound interesting. That does sound interesting, but... Good try, thank you. I don't know, could you have done better? You're on Mars, basically dead? Hey, we did pretty good. We did pretty good. 1,000 miles away in Russia is like 5 miles away everywhere else. Yeah, real. Yeah, it exists. That's why they're asking me if I want to play it. Why would they be asking me if I wanted to play a game if it didn't exist? When did I get cracked at this game? I was actually always pretty good at it. I don't know where you got the idea that I was pretty bad at it, but like, guessing the wrong country in world with no movement is pretty expected, right? You're not really trying to guess the correct country every time. There are a lot of places where region is more important. But yeah, no, right, like there are places like I guessed the right country there, but I was quite far away. But then there are times when like, you know, you might guess somewhere in Southeastern Europe and, you know. Well, no, it's just like Maki has like specifically made it a thing that I'm like bad at this game. And I think I've always been like pretty good at it. I don't know, I've been playing it for a lot of years. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at it, but I wouldn't say I'm bad at it either. And I wouldn't say that I'm really cracked at it now. It's a game that I really like, but that's kind of it. Mediterranean, probably Western Mediterranean. I don't know, there's not like a ton to go off of. That kind of tree always looks pretty Italy to me, but that's kind of based on nothing. Does not look especially France, but then the south of France is not as well mapped as everywhere else in France, so I might have like dumb ideas about that. But I'm just gonna guess like northern Spain. Yeah, we're playing without movement. I can spin around, but I can't go nowhere. Okay, well, we are in South Korea because there is Korean everywhere. And when we don't know where we are, we guess the capital because that's what we do. So that's what we're gonna do. Come here. Come here. What? Sick. Not too bad. This is extremely America. Extremely America. Let's see if we can find something that says the state or even has like an area code or anything similar. Fat Belly Grill. Oh god, I love my country. It's so cool. What a funny place. What a goofy spot. I love America. Pizza Hut. You guys, listen, you guys can say what you want about this country, but like, if you've never had like a stuffed crust pizza, that's a you issue, I think. Agostino's Italian! Ah! Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my god, I love this place. Okay. What if you don't like pizza? Skill issue. Okay. Grocery stores are regional, but convenience stores aren't especially regional. It's actually quite hard to tell. Big and flat, extremely spread out. Big open sky. Looks California to you? I can see that. Yeah, we got like really unfamiliar foliage to me, which usually means, but it's gotta be in like sad California, you know? It's not California where the rich people live. That's what it is. How do I explain it? It's like, this is not Midwest. Are you freaking crazy? Are you freaking crazy? Look at the roads. Look at everything. Nothing is built for snow. Look at these aren't pitched roofs. This place would crumble under the weight of the snow if you put it in the Midwest. Yeah, no, when I talk about a sad place, I guess it's like real people live there. It's not just like a weird rich people place. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no. Also none of the trees are built for snow, right? These are year-round leafy green trees. You're not gonna find that in the Midwest. You're not. A place with character, a place real people live, a place that doesn't feel like it's sterile so that rich people can move there and not call their parents, you know? Yeah, right? So like there are places like San Fran that feel very like not real, and then there's sad California, like here, which feels quite real. Real, see? Real. Imperfect rather than sad? That's weird because I don't actually think that being sterile makes a place perfect. And I don't think that being sad makes it imperfect. So that I would not agree with any part of that. Erected. Yeah, EU plates. Yeah, when you don't know where you are in the EU and you're somewhere in Western Europe, you are just kind of statistically in France. I'm gonna guess that we're in Paris because it's a city and it looks incredibly old. And like the roads are old. Oh, and we got the buses. Yeah, we're gonna be in Paris. We're just gonna drop a little dot in Paris. I'm not going to try and figure out exactly where we are. Y'all can cry about it. 3.6 miles. See what I mean? We don't even have to. Who cares? Pattern recognition for a vibe. Exactly. Exactly. Ah, this is some American goodness. You guys don't understand what it's like. You guys don't even understand what it's like to stop at a Love's travel stop and grab like a bag of weird, badly seasoned peanuts and eat them in the car, and then the car smells like weird, badly seasoned peanuts from the truck stop. You'll never understand that. That's an experience you can never have if you're not from the United States of America. Loves are the Walmart buggies. Yeah, and a Carl's Jr. Are you freaking joking me? Are you freaking joking me? Oh God, what a place and time. This place is weird, sad, and real. So weird, so sad, so real. As for where it is, I've got no freaking clue. Probably out west with how freaking huge it is and how freaking dry the landscape is. It's not really this deserty anywhere else. But it still looks relatively far north. Look at the ratio of deciduous to conifers, right? We're looking at like all conifers, and they're not southern pines. So we're looking at somewhere relatively far north, but west coast, right? You saw an interstate sign. Oh, how am I so stupid? Exit 1. Come on, come on, come on. Big money. Interstate sign. Show me the interstate sign. We can't see any. Get buck naked. Duluth Trading Co. Rockies? Maybe. If we are Rockies, we're like northern. Okay. Dang. Well, we were not on the shipping line I thought we were on. I thought we were going to be near Missoula, but alas, I will take Spokane. You buy all your underwear from Duluth Trading Co. Dude, I was thinking about, like, is it bad? Is it like, yo, Dandy Man, thank you so much for the gifted sub. There's gonna be a controversial statement, for which I will probably face backlash. Probably deserve backlash, but I was thinking about the fact that, like,
they have given 15 gifts.
Okay, I wear boy underpants, because they're comfortable, because right, like I wear boy underpants because they're comfortable and they last better, right? Girl underpants is made out of like some real thin material. Boy underpants, they're made to last. So I wear boy underpants. But I was thinking about the fact that, like, if a girl says on stream that she wears boy underpants, that's fine. Like, she can get away with that and the world will not judge her, right? That's fine. But if a boy on stream said that he wore girl underpants, that would be like an issue he'd have to contend with. And I was wondering, like, is that wrong, chat? Like, should we just be letting them wear that without a fight? Like, is it bad that is there something like wrong with the fact that that's the case? Is that a bad thing? And if so, why? Your girlfriend loves your boxers? Yeah, dude, like I literally just like wear boxers instead. Well, what are the ones that are like boxers but they're tight, right? Like not like loose boxers, because in some ways that's more naked, right? Like if you're gonna wear a skirt and you're wearing like boxers that are tight, boxer briefs, okay, yeah, and you're wearing like boxer briefs under it, you're fine, no one cares, right? You can sit however you want, you can climb a tree, no one cares. But if you're wearing boxers and you do that, that's more naked. Now the world has seen the good China, and you should only bring that out when there's special company over. You know? So anyway, down with underpants and the oppression. Bro, no, your laundry situation is gonna be crazy. I don't want to live that life. So anyway, you just wanted to let me know that Jesus loves me. I know. That's one of those things he does. That's one of his top 4 things he does, is he loves us, right? If you had to break it down, chat, remember what you learned in summer school, right? In Sunday school, you know, yeah, hate figs, love you, forgive, water into wine, right? That's like the 4 things that this guy loves to do. What a guy! Flip tables at temple. Well, in fairness, he was talking about top 4 things Jesus does. Number 3 will shock you. But yeah, no. Don't forget walk on water. Yeah. I was playing the music at my friend's wedding. And the priest gave like a really long, involved, like, this is what's good about this couple, but it was really just about the whole water into wine thing. He did not really connect the dots. He got like a lot more laughs than he deserved. Listen, I love a good priest. I encourage priests to do priest stuff. I think that's awesome. But I just want them to know they're not getting laughs because they're funny. They're getting laughs because of God. They're getting laughs because of Jesus. And I think that they should know that, right? They have a captive audience. And I just don't want them thinking that they're earning those laughs, because they're not, right? There are funny priests, but they are few and far between. And plenty of priests, they're not very funny. They're not very funny at all. And they're getting a lot of laughs. And God earned those laughs, you nasty priest boy! Stolen valor! Anyway, this is gonna be awesome because it's gonna get me canceled by all kinds of people. There are gonna be people who are like, I am an internet atheist and I don't like that this woman mentioned the name of God. And there are also gonna be people who are like, that is not something that you can say about priests. They're very funny. Take it back. My boys are so funny. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, this is gonna be bad all around. No one's gonna love me for this. Except Jesus, because that's what he does. See, we brought it around. That's what we do. You bring it around. That's a callback. See, if the priests could learn that one, then they'd be out here earning those laughs. Anyway. So, I guess we go back to GeoGuessr now. Not as unhinged as my Arduino rap, dude. Nothing could be. Nothing could be. You're an atheist, but you don't mind? I mean, listen, I don't really talk about the way that I feel about religion on stream, because at the end of the day, there just isn't that much to say. I think religion is really beautiful and kind of unfairly maligned. I think that it's weird the way that we act about it, right? I think that, like, all kinds of things are opportunities for people with power to take advantage of other people. We don't really have a lot of spaces for community, especially in my country. And so I am pretty broadly approving of places that have community spaces and opportunities for community. And I also think that it's often a space for music that I really care about, right? It's an opportunity for a lot of people to get introduced to music in a way that's very communal and lovely, right? If you do the school choir, it's a bunch of bratty kids who all want solos, right? It's not people who are there for, like, the glory and beauty of singing with their fellow humans, right? It's people who are there because they want to be special. Whereas if you sing in church, right, you're singing with people who are just there to sing, to raise their voices in song about something that they all care about. Even if all worship songs are structured the same, so real, so real. So, oh, dude, I love worship music. I actually kind of wrote a worship song. It's not exactly a worship song. It's like a little bit of song about not wanting to be alive anymore in Minecraft. But I was playing a lot of worship music at the time, and I was playing at a lot of churches, and so it's kind of a worship song in a way. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing better now. that was years ago, and I'm pretty good now. But yeah, I think that it's kind of weird how normal it is to just, like, poop about religion on the internet. I think that's weird. An emo song? No, like a worship song. Like I said, not really very emo at all. Emo music is a genre more than it is a topic, right? You wouldn't say, right? It's a genre more than it's a topic. So a topic that is sad is not necessarily emo, right? But yeah, community is important. I think people joining together is beautiful. Yes, my Minecraft experience has improved tremendously since then. The words and tone mismatch would break your brain? I doubt they would. I doubt they would. Here, wait, let me play it. I've got my banjo and everything. I literally forgot to turn off the toggle that whole time. Religion has improved my Minecraft experience. Not remotely. Not remotely. At a time when I was having a very bad time in Minecraft, one of the biggest and best things for me to look forward to, and one of the things that made me feel most at home and most safe, was playing in churches. So, in a sense, religion was something that I looked forward to and felt really comforted by at that time, although mostly just as a source of community and as a place to make music. However, I am less involved in all of that than I was now, and I am having a much better time in Minecraft. So I don't know if I would give religion credit for me having a better time in Minecraft. But I will say that, yeah, having access to a community space where you can just kind of sing is nice. Okay. Woke to... Oh my god, my voice is so busted. Okay. Woke to the flat black expanse of the window, all sober and starless, the sky over limbo, sweating my stress into yesterday's shirt. Too late to dream and too early for work. The clock says it's 3, but the clock runs slow. Early to rise, nowhere to go, nothing to do, at least nothing is free. Let the water keep rising, Lord, let it take me. Glory, glory, it seeps in so slowly, too tight up and trusting to notice its change. But someday you're covered in water stains, weathered and weakened, and I'll ride it through. Nothing worth saving, yet nothing to lose. Can't build a I'll break. I can't change what I've seen. Let the water keep rising, Lord, let it take me. Heart in my hands and my heels in the dirt, with mud in my hair and the tears in my skirt. If I fall to my knees like a child in a church, all bloodied and blue-lipped and blinded by hurt, singing, glory, glory, this world's not for me. If all rivers find their way back to the sea, let the water keep rising, Lord, let it take me. If all rivers find their way back to the sea, let the water keep rising, Lord, let it take me. Yeah. What song is this? I wrote it. I think it's called Glory in my Google Doc. Yo, sweating my stress into yesterday's shirt. Yeah, that's one of the realest lines I've written, I think. I like that one. But yeah, anyway. I wonder if she would mind singing Don't Look Down. Yeah, Don't Look Down is also, I guess, broadly about having a bad time in Minecraft. But it's less about being afraid. It's less about not wanting to play Minecraft anymore, and it's more about being worried that your friends should not have chosen to play Minecraft with you, and that it is a bad option. Yeah, being a bad person in Minecraft. Fluff Lord, thank you so much for the sub, and House Noodles, thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, Ellie was a griefer? I don't know, right? I think you would like Laurie McKenna. I do like Laurie McKenna. I do like Laurie McKenna. You think correctly. Silver Shadow, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Wow, we got a hype train going. That's crazy. You're too scared to play music. What? But you don't want other people to hear you until you want them to? That's fair. You should have a place where you can play music quietly then. I suggest a keyboard because you can just plug headphones into it and then you can slowly learn while no one can hear. Being a griefer in Minecraft is Problem Kid? Yeah, that's Problem Kid for real. But yeah, no, someone asked, whoa, oh my gosh, Dandy Man! Thank you so much for 5 gifted! Thank you! And T, thank you so much for the sub! Ah! You guys are too kind. Wold, thank you so much for 100 bits. Oh my gosh. Ellie the Wise. I don't know about any of that. Which Problem Kid though? Yeah, okay, so the song that eventually became called Don't Look Down was originally called Problem Kid in my Google Drafts. Zaramus, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Hero and ever-present Vehemence, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Oh my gosh, Gigachads, both of you, thank you so much! The Unspoken, thank you so much for 6 months! Ah! Yeah, Hurricane Song, Problem Kid, and then also the other song that remained called Problem Kid, which is, I think, probably the most Problem Kid song. It's very, very directly about being just a horrible child. Which is why we need more horrible child representation in media. You know, we shouldn't leave kids alone being horrible children. We need Lilo and Stitch, right? Lilo and Stitch, horrible child representation. Secret Garden, horrible child representation. Lazarus Drake, thank you so much for 6 months. This isn't actually Don't Look Down lore. Oh yeah, the names thing is, I guess, Don't Look Down lore. Thank you so much, Dandy Man. Oh my gosh, I'm really glad. I'm really touched. Evil Neuro! Yes, evil is terrible child representation. I feel very represented. That was like the first time I shared the song on stream, I think. Was when I was talking about evil and... Right? How did I come up with Don't Look Down? I'm trying to think what I had first, right? Because all of my songs, especially like the songs that I write on no kind of timetable, the songs that I just write for myself, they're songs that I sort of write over a long period of time. Like, I'll kind of be writing down bits and pieces. And if I looked back far enough, I could probably find... But I think that the part that I had first was heart in my hands and my heels in the dirt, right? I think that little piece with... if I fall to my knees like a child in a church, all bloodied and blue-lipped and blinded by hurt. I think that was the first part that I had, and then I think it kind of grew around that. Oh, wait, I remember now! And then I had a separate song. I do this all in drafts, and then once something kind of congeals into a song, I move it into Google Docs, right? But, in my drafts, right? The other draft, I had one that was like about kind of like waking up, and I actually, okay, so sometimes you write a song and then you wind up writing two songs out of the same source material. But that one is the same. There's a much worse song that also came out of that I never quite finished, but like, and you can hear that it's like kind of the same idea. And this happens a lot for me. I wake up with my boots still on. You can hear the fact that it's like, yeah, about waking up in the same clothes and feeling like a mess. I read your texts, I don't respond. I watch the clouds and I watch the screen. Faces in their carpeting. I take the bus to Terrace Street. Road noise helps me fall asleep. And at the very tail end of a dream, I hear your voice in everything. Money talks, a kettle sings, duty calls, a wedding rings. I could tell you how the world will end in a language we don't understand. And then this part of the song is trash, but it did give me the piece of like, you listened like you heard the sea that became the core of Till It Can't Be, a different song. You see, like, all of these songs are kind of weirdly connected because of the way that I write them, and it's like actually a problem, but like, this song is dead because it's too connected to both of them. But yeah, no, you're not gonna like this part. This part is trash, but like, I never claimed to be interesting. I never claimed to be anything. I said I was the shell of a kid. You said I was the shell you picked. Listened when I couldn't speak. I've never felt so damn perceived. And I never claimed to be interesting. I never claimed to be anything. I said I was the shell of a kid. You said I was the shell you picked. Listen, fuck, oh, shoot. Listen like you heard the sea. Listen like you heard the sea. Oh, frick, I totally messed it up. The lyric is actually way better than that. That's the only good thing about the song. Yeah, wait. Empty, but you heard the sea. Empty, but you heard the sea. Yeah, and then that's also the same climax in terms of lyrics of balls of Till It Can't Be. Okay. Leaves were changing softer than they change up here. Autumn caught your hair and brought the color to your cheeks. Lit up all the South Ave like a painting. And I would walk home smiling. Lazar Drake, thank you so much for 10 gifted. Holy, thank you! Oh my gosh, Giga Chad! I remember thinking, thank you so much, Mystic Light. Wait, you're too sweet to me. That's what forever could be like. And I was right. And I was right. I was a new kid, but all kids are new. Running on spite in untied shoes. Gross in my girlhood and growing up graceless. You kissed my cheek and you tightened my laces. I was ashamed then, I was ashamed just living. Knocked to my knees by the looks you were giving. Lived in your light and forgot how to sleep. All too much and in too deep. I remember thinking, that's what forever could be And I was right. I was right. But something in the dark sends you running down the hall. And I was always listening for footfalls. And I said all of that, but I said it badly. Everything's a secret till it can't be. I said all of that, but I said it badly. But you listened like you heard the sea. The world on mute, you gestured to me grandly. Everything's a secret till it can't be. Yeah. And then, notably, that song uses the same melody and format and some of the same words. Yo! It drips a kind of raw sincerity and emotion that you can't replicate in your own mind. Oh, dude. Your inner world is far too muted and dull. No, it's not. No, it's not. They miss you. Go visit there. They miss you. Go see what's happening there. Every brain speaks poetry. That's why we like poetry. It's brain-to-brain communication. But that's the same melody and everything is like da 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 da. I feel like I don't even remember this song because I never play it. And I took it back and I was never sure. Took some time for us to settle in, but you could hear my loose parts rattling. That was the year that I was blooming, that I was falling off the vine. Life was an awful mess, but the mess was mine. And I don't know who I thought I would be, the girl you saw when you looked at me. I left the ones I love to live alone. I leave the light on so it feels like home. And now that I regret it, I guess I'd do it all the same. And it would hurt, but in a different way. 'Cause there was something I knew that I don't know now. Like in a dream, when you fly, you just figure out how. But there is something I know that I didn't then. Stuck learning forever and over again. It's gonna hurt 'cause it's supposed to hurt. The price of peace is proving what you're worth. And if it hurts, then it's supposed to hurt. And when it hurts, then it's supposed to hurt. The lights to the city, such as it was, they won't change you the way you want them to. You bend to find out where you break. Chasing different just for difference sake. Yeah! So anyway, yeah. Art should make you feel something and nice songs do it. But listen, I don't know what art is for, man. I don't know. But would I ever consider performing in like a small venue, like a bar or something? Yes, I did that for years. That was what I did all through college and even in high school. And then COVID, and I was sad and I missed doing it. And I lived in a new city. So I started doing it online. And I didn't even really mention that I was a robotics engineer because that would be, right, I wanted just to play music with people and just to like hang out with people like I was at a bar, like I was doing like a Thursday show at a small bar. And then I did like a few small computing projects just because I found it fun and I thought it would be like a good excuse to spend some money on my hobby. And then I got raided by this guy. I don't know if you've heard of him. And then my life changed, and now I'm most known for being an engineer. But yeah, no, I spent a lot of time playing in bars, like I was a normie. I don't know if the people who play in bars are normal. I would say probably not especially. But yeah, just wanted to hang. Yeah. That's wild, man. Do I have the skills to build you a life-size Johnny 5? No one has those skills. That's not a thing. The code bugs are my community to sing to, mostly to sing with. That's kind of what I love, is like, I love how much you guys think about music, talk about music, write poetry, sing songs, you know, all that. If you think about it, most people aren't normal. I mean, I don't really know what that means. Can I sing giant steps? That's not really the format it was written for. I'd have to do some work to rearrange giant steps for vocals and banjo. Do I miss it, playing in small venues? Terribly, all the time, every second. That's kind of what I'm hoping, is that if I move somewhere with Churchy, we can work out a little set list and maybe go play at some places. But yeah. You're not a creative person? BS. I'm calling BS. Can confirm that the raid was the 14th of April. Yeah, that sounds right. I remember that it was the middle of April. I don't remember exactly when. I'm touched, Nevercake. Thank you. I'm honored because you make beautiful art, and if I can, proves I could be a lounge singer. I'm not much of a lounge singer, but we could do some. Wait. Okay, wait, let's see. Stars shining bright above you. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. This is not the instrument I'm used to playing this on, but... Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty-night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a little dream of me. Did someone request Schism by Tool yet? I'm not even taking requests right now. Someone just asked for a lounge song, so I'm playing a lounge song. I love how people assume that anytime you are playing music, you are actively accepting just like the weirdest stuff. Like, listen, you don't want to hear whatever garbage arrangement I would improvise of a Tool song for banjo and vocals. You wouldn't enjoy that. Like, there are people who come here and they're just like, I just want to see if you can play Through the Fire and the Flames. And it's like, bro, I don't know Through the Fire and the Flames because I'm younger than you. Like, and also, I don't care, right? I don't care. And like, I realize that I am garbage for that. I don't know. Play Wonderwall? Sure, yeah, absolutely we can play Wonderwall. And ABCs. These are songs that sound good on banjo with vocals. But like, listen, if you want to, if I had time and space, maybe I could work out an arrangement of a Tool song that would be pleasant to listen to. But I don't actually want to play something bad for you, you know? And I guess, like, I don't know if people are, like, trying to get me to play something bad, or if they're just like, look at me, I know a song! Buddy Holly? Heck yeah. Or do you mean the Weezer song Buddy Holly, or, like, a song by Buddy Holly? Because either way, heck yeah, like, you look just like Buddy Holly. And you're Mary Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. Yeah, but then we could also do, like, Dearest, oh, you're the nearest to my heart. Please don't ever, ever say we'll part. Ever say we'll part. I'm literally doing a music stream, like, tomorrow. Like, you guys could just request these things tomorrow. But yeah, no, what were the other ones? Oh yeah, today was gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Yeah, that's enough of that. What were the other ones? ABC, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V-W-X-Y-Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Yeah, good enough. When do your kids will be making all kinds of requests too? That's such a weird thing to say. That's such a weird thing to say. Teacher core? Yeah, that was pretty teacher core. Run through your whole discography? Hey, thanks, Zeus. You know, honestly, that's pretty cool. People never ask for that. People never ask for they ask for like, they don't ask for like my songs, right? They ask for like Together and Afar, right? But they don't ask for like the songs that right? It's gonna be embarrassing when I literally don't. You ask for my unreleased songs all the time? Prove it. I don't want to be an engineer is not my song. It's a cover. Do I have a hand pan? No, I don't have a hand pan. What? Okay. You're by your window, you're watching the sky. There's no one out walking, just cars driving by. You are alone with the cars. You are alone with the stars. In the distance are windows and many are dark, but a few. Just ask for it tomorrow, Joker. This isn't a request stream. But a few are lit up by a far distant spark. Somebody somewhere still up. Maybe tonight that's enough. Because you and I are looking up at the same moon. Maybe you and I will figure all of this out soon. Thank you. And I and you are not lonely, it's bigger than that. Zipper won't zip, it's too much to unpack. So maybe just leave it tonight. Come and look up at the light. Because somebody's reaching out somewhere for you. You'll never meet, but they feel how you do. You are together right now. You are together somehow. Because you and I are looking up at the same moon. Maybe you and I will figure all of this out soon. Because you and I are looking up at the same moon. Maybe you and I will figure all of this out soon. Da 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 da. What is that? There we go. Hey, I really messed that up. Anyway, cringe. Yo, banjo-controlled computer interface to play GeoGuessr with. What would be the purpose of this? Why? Is it just to make like an esoteric controller? Because I feel like it would be basically impossible to use, right? We could use one string's pitch for longitude and one string's pitch for latitude. But I don't really know what this would afford us, right? It just wouldn't really afford us much, I don't think. Because it would be interesting. I don't think it would be, right? I've spent enough time in the alt control space, right? Alt controlled games, that I feel like a lot of people are just like, wouldn't it be hard to do this with this random object? But the things aren't really related. There's no greater statement to be made in combining them, and it's not like a more interesting gaming experience with that item, right? So I find that pretty boring. Yeah. What if I played with my teeth? Yeah, very interesting. I could see how well each of my songs does at GeoGuessr, but it would be dependent on the round of GeoGuessr, right? It wouldn't actually tell us anything emergent or interesting about the song at all, right? Yeah. Not really interested in, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just like, okay, something music connecting the world. Well, I would rather make something that actually does that then. I don't know. I'm very blunt and I'm very honest. And that's why, when I say like, oh, that's really funny or that's a really interesting idea to something in chat, I mean it. Because I tell you when I don't think it's a very interesting idea, and I'm sorry. Would I consider getting my stuff charted on Rock Band or Guitar Hero? I'm pretty bad at those games. So I think I'd be more interested in getting them charted on Beat Saber because that's a game that I play and like. But yeah, no, I don't know. If people wanted to play them there, I think that would be kind of fun. Ready, you've mostly had cool ideas. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I've been going for like 3 hours, and that's how long this stream was supposed to be. It is, in fact, after 9 p.m., which was when this was supposed to end. Is there a place in Discord where we can put song requests? So here's how song requests work. They have to be songs I've ever heard before, and they have to be a song request stream. This is not a song request stream. There is one literally tomorrow. So if you want to request a song, come see if I know it tomorrow. And if I don't know it, you don't get to be salty about it. I'm not going to listen to your song and learn it. I used to have a place in the Discord where I would learn songs every week. And I really miss that. It actually makes me very sad. I used to learn songs for people, but now it just doesn't make sense, right? Because there would be hundreds. And so many of those songs aren't requested because people think it would be a cool cover or because they want to hear it. They're requested because they think it would be really difficult, right? Which means that I have even less bandwidth to learn something, right? I have to write an arrangement of this song that's in some weird time signature and switches keys a bunch, and right? Then I have to write this arrangement, and it takes weeks for me to do that because I'm really, really busy. And then, yeah, I don't know. So many of the requests were not really made in good faith, right? If it's a song that people want to hear me sing because they think it's a beautiful song and they want to hear my interpretation of it, right? That's one thing. And those don't take me very long to learn, right? If it's a song that's like pretty straightforward, then I can probably learn it and have an arrangement ready in a week. Pretty simple arrangement. But if it's a song that's like, I don't know, some 12-minute long prog nightmare that you just want to show chat that you know, that's gonna take me like weeks to get done. And then no one else gets to ask for a song in that time. So yeah, if it's weird, you can just say no. Well, it's complicated, right? Because no one is saying this is a weird request, right? They're saying like, right? No, you're okay. You're okay for asking for giant steps. It's fine. But it was sad and hard, so I stopped doing it. Prog Nightmare is your favorite genre? Listen, I love my share of Prog Nightmare songs. I do. There are a lot of Prog Nightmare songs that I love, but it just means that like that doesn't get done. Also, another thing which I do feel bad for, but it's also true, is that learning a song in a language you don't speak takes so much longer than learning a song in a language you speak. So if someone wants to request something in Spanish, English, honestly even French at this point, or Mandarin, I can do those much faster. But if people are requesting things in like Japanese, for example, that's going to take me forever. I don't know anything about Japanese, right? I have to look up how to pronounce every single word, right? And it's quite difficult, right? So anyway, song in Latin? Well, at least I broadly know the rules of pronunciation for Latin. I don't know the rules of pronunciation for Japanese, so it means that I have to spend a lot of time with it, and it's quite difficult, right? So there was a lot of that, and I feel bad. Rush E, thank you, very helpful. Like 4 people have just written that message today. Very cool. So yeah, yeah, opera singers have to learn the phonetic alphabet. And listen, I was raised with the International Phonetic Alphabet quite a bit. My mom taught me a lot of it. But I I don't really remember everything. I certainly can't like sing in it. The utility of the of IPA for me, right, is that I can find someone pronouncing the sound, right? And that's very helpful. Would Portuguese be okay? Again, it's not something we really do anymore, so I guess nothing is okay. But no, I don't really speak Portuguese at all, so yeah, no, I can't accept any of these requests because I don't do that anymore. Because yeah, people more than yeah, chat is treating this like a negotiation. Yeah, the way that it was is just like if you request the kind of thing that I can learn in a week, right? Then I could do one a week, right? And no one was happy with that. People were just upset, mostly. And if you request the kind of song that I have to like sit down and arrange and figure out how I'm going to do each part of, right? That's going to take so long, especially long instrumental sections. And then the other thing, which is kind of sad, is that people don't really want to hear instrumentals. And I've had this experience a lot. My viewership drops dramatically when I do instrumentals. So people request these like 8-minute long, mostly instrumental songs, and it's like, this is just for you. No one else is gonna like this, right? The quality of my stream will suffer. So yeah, it's weird and hard, and I've never quite known what to do. So no Freebird. Oh god. I actually think that the best punishment for someone who requests Freebird is to play Freebird. Like, no one is actually ready to listen to that much Freebird. No one actually wants that, right? People love to say Freebird as a joke, and I think that what they all deserve is to have to listen to all of Freebird, and everyone in the bar just looks at them the whole time, right? 8 minutes of everyone in the bar looking at you. That's what you deserve. That's what you deserve when you request Freebird. I actually think it's a really good punishment, teaches people about natural consequences. That's good child raising skills. That's what they should have gotten in their childhood, and then they wouldn't ask for Freebird at concerts. yeah, you've got to eat the cake. It's exactly like Matilda. Anyway. Maddie Groves went so hard. Yo, thank you, Skeletons. Thank you, Skeletons. The solo is pretty sick. The solo is pretty sick, but it's like 1 minute of an 8-minute song. You don't like Freebird that much? Yeah, I mean, the lyrics are kind of nothing. Like, I'm gonna be so real. I actually think commissions start at $10,000. No, people have offered to pay me for this, and I have said many times, I will not take money for this. I absolutely will not. Cicerius, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I will never take money for requests. Requests are either free and available to everyone or unavailable. And that is true for every category, right? So, on request streams, if you say a song that I've ever heard before, I will fumble my way through it for free, for anyone. And if you say a song I have never heard before, I will not do it, regardless of how much money you offer me, because I think that that is only fair. Yeah. Oh, dude, I bet that would go crazy on harmonica. What time is stream tomorrow? I think it's 6. I think it's 6. Is that right? I don't know. Who has my schedule? Someone help. New window. Okay. Let's go to Twitter. 6 p.m. EST. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you, Wolf. Yeah, everything this week is at 6. EU midnight. Well, listen. It's still kind of nice. EU midnight is earlier than I had been doing. I'm gonna try and do some streams earlier, especially if I can, once I get into grad school, if I get into grad school, things are gonna be so different. Oh, holy balls. Things are gonna be so different because then I'll have so much I can stream during the day, right? I'll leave my job and, I'll be able to stream during the day and plan out the move with you guys, and I'll... Thank you so much, Zarvis. I'm sorry I've been so spicy today. I'm sorry I've been so full of opinions. Good lord. I don't know why you guys put up with me. I'm really, really sorry. I love you guys, and I'm sorry I'm so feisty. I'm sorry I'm so feisty with all my big opinions. Lordy, I gotta settle the frick down, huh? But, yeah, no. Someone turned on sass mode. Oh, I need to fix those redeems. It's so sad that I haven't. It's so sad. I need to fix them. Ellie and her boundaries and honest thoughts. Listen, but there are better ways to share those. There are better ways to share those. I don't have to be so freaking condescending all the time. That doesn't have to be the way this works. No one made me do that. Here, wait. Let's go to just chatting. This is gonna be cursed in some way. Oh my god, it actually wasn't. That's crazy. Usually I don't check. You do that as a professor? Good! Good! I love a sassy professor. I love when a professor is sassy. It makes me happy. What was I doing? Right. We're seeing who's online. We're seeing who's online right now. Is Cerber still awake? She shouldn't be. Good gracious. Is she still awake? I hope not. She should go to sleep. It's so late there. It's so late there. Okay. Minnie's also on, and we did just raid Cerber like last stream. I think we gotta raid Minnie, because we raided Cerber last stream. I love my friends. I love my friends so much. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, Boadromian. I am feeling very good in Minecraft. I have loved my life for a long time now, several years. And I think everybody has times when they are not having a good time in Minecraft and when they consider what it would be like to stop playing Minecraft. And I think most of us do keep playing Minecraft, and I'm glad, because at least in my experience, the game got a lot better. You just gotta find the right people to play with. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. Good night. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Minnie. Oh my god, she's so cute. God, I love her. I love her model. I love her. I miss her. Sassy today. I'm so sorry. So freaking sassy today. Bye, Parzival! Sassy GeoGuessr raid! Perfect. Well, Minnie doesn't need to go to sleep. For her, it's like 8 p.m. Okay, are we ready, chat? Aye, Captain! Okay, let's go, everybody. Let's go, everybody. Good night!
Wait. Curly, I don't want him in here anymore. Sassy GeoGuessr stream. Welcome in! I'm playing a somewhat horror game. We're near the end, so if you haven't played Mouthwashing and you don't want to play Mouthwashing, then you can leave before I continue the game. But before we get there, hi Ellie, hi